Hello, YouTube and SAT5 viewers. We join here, we gather here today with candles and appropriate attire to discuss the death of a once beloved show.
This wasn't done with much foresight, as I'm now rather hot being in a faux fur coat, but I am indeed dressed for a funeral, because today is the darkest of days. It is the news we have been dreading, but also sort of expecting, which doesn't make it hurt any less.
Can we do a dramatic reading of the post?
Which one? The Russell T Davies.
Yeah. Someone get it up.
I feel sad, but also like it's inevitable.
It is kind of like having a relative like on life support. It's like it's sad, but like
I wouldn't compare it to that, because that is like life or death. But this is like Doctor Who.
This is life or death, Rosanna. This is life or death.
It's like a dog that gets to a certain age, and you know you're gonna have to put it down eventually. But it's just sort of the slow, inevitable.
In a weird way, I'm kind of happy because there's going to be fresh new ideas.
But we'll get onto that first. Let's have Artie's dramatic reading. Okay. Well, I'm going to play some music under this, you know.
Okay. And so, goodbye.
No, have some respect. A man has died, Theron.
I'm sorry.
And so, goodbye from me to Doctor Who. But hello to a big new future for the show. As the BBC announces it's putting the show out to tender, as a result, there won't be a Christmas special. And now I'm dropping the accent because this is where I get cross. We only cooked that up to guarantee a future when no one knew what would happen. But now we do know. There's no need for it. You will have to wait a bit longer for new Doctor Who. But you'll be waiting for more Doctor Who than a one-off. So it's worth it. For the record, there was no script. I never wrote it, and no actor was ever approached to play the next Doctor. You may disagree, fine, sit in that chair and wait to be proved right. I fucking will. You'll wait a long time. Now I'm as excited as anyone to see what comes next. Will they keep the theme tune? Will they lose the blue box? Will they bring back the drive-in? It's all up for grabs, which is so Doctor Who. Exciting and unpredictable and new. Here comes the future. Vwarp, vwarp.
Vwarp, vwarp. Couldn't have put it better myself. Well, that was a statement from the wonderful Russell T Davies, which hit Instagram earlier today.
Being the operative word, like a bomb.
Former showrunner Russell T Davies.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's wild? We currently don't have a doctor or showrunner or production company. There is literally nothing.
The thing is, what I didn't understand, like obviously Bad Wolf, whatever, isn't Bad Wolf based off Doctor Who?
They make other things though.
Yeah, the company was set up because they had like Doctor Who connections. Like it's Jane Tranter, all that lot made the company. So there's
What I am dreading now is the inevitable footage that is going to come out of that TARDIS set being dismantled. It's going to be like my own equivalent to like the fall of Rome. It's going to be like watching, when you watch documentaries of like how like regimes fell, and it's just like the buildings being blown up.
It's just insane. Yeah. Billy Piper is not. We're literally never get an explanation to that. Like,
can I say as well? I feel sorry for Billie Piper. Can I just say really quickly? She has been made the face of this kind of, I don't know, the fall guy of this kind of like, not in like a literal sense, but in like she is the last image of Doctor Who for the foreseeable future. What a sad, sorry state of affairs for her.
I mean, the questions as well. There are so many questions because, we'll get into it later, but this is, I don't believe it. There were scripts written, 100%.
Do you think?
That almost definitely. I mean, should we just get into this now?
Well, I actually wanted to. I wanted to point this out because I saw people talking about it on Twitter a few months ago. Russell T Davies, I think it was around Christmas time. Do you know when he does his like column for the magazine and he said, "This is this is all the bollocks that's going to be going on. In one of the months, he was like, oh, here are your 3 words from the Christmas special script. And it was something like winter knocks, something like that. And there were a bunch of random ass words.
He also said at the War Between press screening, oh, I showed the plans to the BBC executives and their jaws were agape. Murray Gold said in February that he'd seen multiple drafts of the script depending on cast availability. Those scripts exist.
Or do they just think this is some fun game to play with our hearts?
But here's the thing. I believe Murray Gold way more than Russell T Davies in this scenario. I don't see what Murray Gold gets out of saying, like, there were scripts.
But also Murray Gold could be wrong. He's not necessarily lying. He could just
but he might have seen,
incorrect.
but surely if he's
but
seen
you wouldn't show Murray Gold the scripts. What would be the point? He composes the music.
Yeah, but you would need to know the script to do the music.
No, because that's all done in post. Like, they shoot it, hand it over to Murray, he does the thing. I don't think he'd have seen the scripts. I think he'd probably heard murmurings that there were scripts, which I do believe there are. But Artie and Elise, you're the most seemingly negative about this whole decision, because I can't lie, I'm not even that. Like, there's a lot of anger coming from you guys. Artie earlier, I broke the news to Artie 4 years ago. I rang him up and was like, Artie, Russell's coming back to Doctor Who. And he was so happy. Artie, how did you feel in that moment?
What, today or 4 years ago?
No, 4 years ago.
I was ecstatic. I was so excited. I was so excited. I just wanted to see him succeed. I just wanted it to be good. I wanted to feel like a child again. And I wanted to look in the sky and catch a glimmer of hope.
4.5 years later, I got to ring Artie and go, Artie, are you sitting comfortably? Well, we'll begin. Russell T Davies is leaving Doctor Who, the Christmas special is cancelled, and the show is screwed. How did that make you feel, Artie?
I'm so cross.
You know what's funny, though, is yesterday I said to Artie, oh, have you seen that Joe's posted a video titled Doctor Who is cancelled?
They all laughed at me. They're not laughing now, are they?
Artie said, oh, yeah, but that's Joe. It's going to be some clickbait nonsense. And I was like, yeah, but Russell did say that there was going to be some news announced this week. And Artie went, ha! Can you imagine?
I remember saying as a joke, it'd be really funny if they announced the Christmas special was cancelled. I think I even said that in the last podcast. I could be wrong. And that is exactly what the announcement was.
I reckon they were also kind of waiting till Tiptoe was done.
Yes, I think that as well.
Drop this, but it's just...
Why does it matter if Tiptoe's done?
Because here's my conspiracy. We'll get into my conspiracy right away. I reckon that there were scripts in place because the trickle down of leaked information, there were scripts. They were getting ready to shoot in May. Couldn't happen because of scheduling. Okay, they delay that till September and July. No, August and September, sorry. But then we started hearing whisperings that Piper was being delayed in the show Wednesday, so they wouldn't be able to make the special this year. I think that happens. They go, we can't make the special this year. The BBC can't shop for a new streamer until they've done the Christmas special. So Russell and that lot are getting increasingly fed up. Piper and Tennant just can't make it this year. The special would have to be pushed back to the year after, or Russell writes a new script. And Russell instead goes, screw this. I'm not writing a new script. It's like, we can't shop around for a new streamer until 2026. No, but also, this is the thing, though. This is what I will give Russell credit for. He has made sure that Doctor Who survived. We talked about it last week, but him putting Piper in the episode, that ensured Doctor Who survived, at least in his head. Okay,
until he just gets bored, he gets bored and fucks off. It's insane. That's literally what's happened. He pretended he was going to be this like big caretaker to the show, and all Doctor Who's on the rocks, but Ross is back, baby, and he's gonna fix everything and just caretake, even if he's not writing it. He's going to make sure that everything's going to be okay. And it's not like someone's been on life support and then they just passed away in their sleep. It's like you had a family member member on life support. And then the prodigal son that you haven't seen in ages comes back and he's like, do you know what? I'll stay in the hospital. I'll wait by his bedside and I'll be there for him. And then as soon as everyone left the room, he switched the fucker off. What's going on?
That was one of my favourite analogies I think I've ever heard of anything.
But I don't think he has, because if you look at the press release, because we're only taking the negative out of this. This is confirmation that Doctor Who will continue.
Is
They
it?
are yes. If you read it, they're dedicated to continuing the show. That's
Okay,
the
but
point
I
of the
have-
press
I
release.
have-
They're gonna say
party
that. They
line
said that when the
bollocks.
wilderness years happened last time. They went, "Don't worry, guys."
No, they didn't put out a press statement in the wilderness years, though. They sort of let it go out with a bit of a whimper. Whereas
They put out a press statement saying there was going to be a bloody Christmas special.
This-
That's a
Their
good point.
word means
That's
nothing to me.
They are shopping it. That's the point. Russell, I think, is backing out now because he's realised that if they keep delaying the Christmas special, which realistically is only really going to be a victory lap for him and his friends, because it wouldn't help the show to have this Christmas special. If anything,
But then
it would
I
damage it
raise
more.
the point.
Hang on, let me finish my point.
Okay.
I think Russell has gone, okay, this special won't really help anyone. It's a bit of a victory lap for us. We don't need it. I'm getting a shit ton of backlash. Nobody wants this special. Shall we just shop it to streamers now? And I think by the end of the year, we just...
Russell's not part of the we.
No, but I think
he's on his holidays. He's David Cameron in 2017. It's
Someone did
ridiculous.
This is the problem, though. If you left
Russell,
Russell in charge, though, I think the property is valued less by potential buyers. And I think Russell kind of knows that. He has taken the choice to step back and give it to somebody else.
I disagree.
I want to make the point that you said earlier that you think that Billy Piper showing up at the end guaranteed Doctor Who survived. I will repudiate that in the strongest possible terms. I do not believe that is the case. And I will tell you why I don't believe that is the case. They did that with the idea of, okay, maybe we'll do a Christmas special. That Christmas special has now not happened. And theoretically, if they were to shop it around, because realistically, the show is not in a better position to shop around now than it was a year ago when the reality war came out. So why not, instead of doing that, let the show go out with its dignity and then get someone to pick it up? Because as well, think about it like this. Let me finish. Think about it like this. If you're a new person trying to pick that up, where the fuck do you go from there?
You go completely fresh. Let's not be silly.
I agree.
No, but listen.
Completely fresh. Had it been Shooty flying away?
No.
in TARDIS.
Nobody would pick up Doctor Who, okay, with Billy Piper stuff. Let's
No,
not
I
gonna
agree.
happen, okay,
But
let
that's
me
what I mean.
finish
The
the
Piper thing
point,
looks
man.
more embarrassing
That's
as a
not going to
result.
happen. But what I think this does do, which is actually really helpful, if you are a casual member of the audience and you got that Christmas special and it was shit, which it may well have been, okay, if that happened, you would not then want to see more Doctor Who. Whereas what's happened now is the regime has been changed. We have gone, the BBC have gone, this was a mistake, this did not work, cancel it, we'll do something new in a couple of years. That is far more likely to bring in new viewers than
why
it is
do
if
Billy
you
Piper
kept
in the first
dragging it
place?
on.
This is
Also, that's crazy, because that's basically saying the point that because Billy Piper came in, you're forcing the hand of the next writer to do a full reboot where people can jump on. So what
No,
you're
it's not.
saying is they just ran the show into such a bad place that it's good that they are forcing the hand of future people to ignore all the shit they've done for the last 10 years.
No, the Billy Piper thing is completely separate to this. They brought back Billy Piper with the hope of doing a Christmas special this year. That would have just tided people over, it would have wrapped up the Russell era, and then you shop it to new streamers with an ending that is appropriate for new streamers. But when it became apparent that they literally could not film it in time this year, it would mean delaying it till either next year or Russell writing new scripts for Easter or prolonging the inevitable, which doesn't help anyone. I think what they've realised is if we keep waiting for this Christmas special, it's only going to damage the show more. If we nip it in the bud now, sell it to another streamer ASAP, let them deal with the future.
Okay.
But
here's my issue. Here's my issue with your hypothesis, Mr. Street. Right? If that is what happened, right, and if they were effectively saying, we were going to make a special. That's why we put Billy Piper in it. But the special got done away with, and it was going to be moved to Easter. And then we decided not to make it. Why the fuck does Russell the fucking Davies feel the need to come out and be like, there was never any scripts, and if you think otherwise, you can sit in that chair for thinking about it for the foreseeable future? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? And also, it's like,
Trick them yet again. It's a plot twist. There's always a twist. There's always a twist. God, I'm so clever all the time.
I think this is my whole issue with the way that this has been handled. The lack of transparency and the lack of honesty.
Why is it
appreciate
your business, Thomas Harris from Cardiff Lane, to know what's happening at the BBC?
Because he's got such a gleeful little tone in that Instagram post.
Yeah.
God, I made you think that you were going to get it on your screen.
That's not
Aren't
what
I
he said.
clever?
That's just not what
Aren't
he said.
I a clever boy?
I just think it's really sad that we had to find out from Instagram.
I found out from Twitter.
That's worse, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that's what I found out.
Oh, actually, no, I found out through Farry's fucking post, and I was like, why? Why is he putting story in Doctor Who? Is it over? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
At Joe's post, I was like,
see, at the end of the day, I love Russell T Davies. Tiptoe was fantastic. We spent the last Satellite 2. I've got a lot of time for his other work, and I got a lot of time for him as a writer. But my God, man, you don't need to like dance on our graves. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I'm not doing Doctor Who anymore, and unfortunately, there's not going to be a Christmas special. It's another thing to sit there and go, you all thought there was going to be a Christmas special, well, you could sit there in that chair.
That's not what he said, though, is it?
But that's how it comes
across. You can be
across.
as angry as you like, but that is not what he said.
It does come across gleeful. Like there's a flippancy to his post that is irritating. It's just like, I'm sorry, you're not getting a Christmas special. Oh, you guys are going to be cross.
Do you honestly think he should? Because there's no way to announce this without angering the fans. Do you think he should have taken his usual? Because that is his style of writing. That's how he talks. Whether you like it or not, every post that man has ever made is, will the
that's
beast
not the bit I
coming
have an issue
riding
with.
on the back of a horse?
That's not the bit I have an issue with, though.
I'm sorry. If he went, I have had a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I would like to apologise.
He doesn't need to do it.
It's a show. It's a TV show.
I'm not saying that. I don't care about the bit where he's like, oh, will the Jarvan come back? Will they keep the I don't give a shit about that. The bit that I don't like is the one little bit where he's like, if you think there was a Christmas special, you can sit there, keep thinking that, but it doesn't exist. It just feels a bit like you're just sort of spitting in the face of people as you've just announced the end of their dreams. Like, it just feels a little bit like...
Their dreams that all these fans for the past year have been going, what a freaking idiot, he's done terrible things.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing, is that him cancelling the Christmas special is bad news for the people who like him. Like... Yeah. It's like the people who don't like him, they're going to be like, fuck you, I told you this would happen, it's going to be rubbish. But it's the people like us who were still excited to see some Russell stuff. Maybe we didn't like the past stuff. But all of us have said that we were looking forward to, we've still got time for him. And it does feel like him going like, up yours.
Yeah, I feel like as well.
I really don't think he's trying to go up yours. I think what's clearly happened here is it has gone catastrophically wrong. This special was supposed to happen and has gone catastrophically wrong. Russell has gone, for the sake of the show, for the sake of my own bloody mental health, for the sake of everything.
He sacrificed his mental health last time. Why wouldn't he do it?
He has just gone, okay, how do we announce this in the most calm, chill way possible? We'll wait till my show tiptoes out because I don't want the press around that to just be focused on the death of Doctor Who. Let's wait till the streamers are going to get shopping, etc., etc. It's all going to be bidded on, etc. And it's the best that can happen given the circumstance.
Look, I get this, and I honestly, I'm not as mad as I'm coming across. I'm just miserable because anger, remember guys, anger is a secondary emotion. You are angry because of something else, and I'm angry because I'm sad. I love Russell. I don't particularly care about the post, but what I do care about is this fucking toxic little positivity bastard that I'm looking at with all of his green lighting and his green shirt and his glasses that he doesn't even fucking need. Toxic positivity theories. I'm bringing up those from.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
been infected by the giggle. This is I've seen you walk.
You sit here and you go, oh guys, but this could be good news. And it doesn't matter because I like the stories behind the screen, even when Russell's lying to us about it. Look, I don't care. If he wants to say there was never a Christmas special, he can say there was never a Christmas special. But why would you put them in such a position? Like, Doctor Who is dead.
Well, it's not.
And that's okay. But it is, though. But it is.
For the foreseeable...
What I really fundamentally disagree with you about is this whole thing about the casual viewer. Because the casual viewer does not care. The casual viewer does not care if Billie Piper's on the screen or not on the screen. The casual viewer isn't invested in the lore. The casual viewer wants to turn on their TV at Christmas, say a little Christmas special. If it's shit, they'll be like, I'm not watching it again. But your whole argument over...
You've just contradicted yourself there, though. Because if they were to get this Christmas special this year and it's Billie Piper and lore that they don't care about, the casual viewer would only get a far worse, negative.
Then why do you make Billie Piper the Doctor?
This is a backup of a backup plan.
But
the backup plan went wrong, so they've had to come up with a good backup plan.
This is not even a good plan. This is not a plan.
What Elise has just asked for is exactly what Doctor Who will give us in about a year or two. I know it's annoying that we have to wait a year or two, but that is exactly what
we're not going to get it. It's going down the plug hole. It's been circling for a long, long time.
Do you honestly believe that when the BBC, which they have confirmed they will do, and there'd be no reason to lie about this, when they put it out to be bidded and shopped about, do you honestly believe that no streamer, no company is going to pick it up? Because that's
I'm sure they will, but Disney Plus picked it up because a year ago when we started this podcast and we're sat here and I was miserable getting ready for it.
That makes a change.
Oh, I know. But I was sat here and I was like, I don't expect anything and it's making me miserable because Doctor Who used to be everything to me and I'm trying to keep it that way. And you went, do you honestly believe that Russell can't pull it off? And you did the same. You say the same thing every time, Joe. My trust issues with Doctor Who are bleeding into our friendship.
And I'd just like to ask, out of the two of us, who is completely okay and quite calm right now? Who probably has a better method to dealing with Doctor Who than the other?
I'm playing Sims. I don't care.
I think both of you are right. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to say I think both of you are right. Do I think Doctor Who will continue? Do I think someone will pick it up? Yes, but until that point arises, it is effectively cancelled.
Aries, you become controller of the BBC. What do you do in this scenario?
First of all, I wouldn't have done Billie Piper in the first place if you think...
What's that, tax fraud? No, Tharies, you can't be doing that.
Let me finish.
Also, don't be so snide, Tharies. Billie Piper's done. Come on, what would you do?
I wouldn't... no, let me finish. That's
Rosanna,
where
we'll come to you in a second.
Exists.
I just want to hear Tharies stumble over his words because there is no better
amazing right now, just to let
in
you know.
terms of what they're doing now... In terms of what they're doing now, I agree with a lot of it. Like, new direction, new team. I agree with that bit. That's the bit I agree with. I am not in disagreement with that. I'm in disagreement with the way that they've handled it, if that makes sense. More so with regards to how it comes across. Because you can say that, I don't think Russell T Davies is trying to be like up yours. And maybe he isn't. Maybe he is just being his usual Russell T Davies.
Why on earth would Russell T Davies intentionally be saying up
I'm not saying it's intentional, am I? I'm saying...
Well, if you know that it's not intentional, you know what the motive is. If you know it's not intentional, you know what the motive is. What matters is
when you've had right.
You could potentially
let me give you the picture here. This era started with someone saying, there's going to be Doctor Who every year. It's going to be marvellous. There's going to be a
That's
new...
because he thought there would be.
No, I know.
People think a lot of things. It doesn't make it true.
I know. Well, actually,
a lot of things aren't going to happen.
Also, he didn't... That's not what he thought, because he knew only 2 were agreed upon.
What he agreed upon was 2 seasons and a spin-off. That was commissioned. He presumed...
not series every year forever.
Presumption is the mother of all mess-ups.
So you think, Tharies, that when Russell came back, he should have gone, guys, I'd love to make more Doctor Who, But realistically, the state of the world, it might get cancelled. It might be good.
I'm not
I
even
don't
saying
have a clue.
that.
Maybe it's good.
Just
Maybe
don't
it's bad.
promise
Hang on, we'll
things.
pass over to
No,
Rosanna. because
Clarence,
Rosanna's
what
had
you're
her hand up
asking
a
for is
while.
ridiculous.
No,
Like,
it
basically,
isn't.
you're saying he can't say it's going on forever unless he has a contract that says, "Oh, we will indefinitely."
I'm saying don't promise things you can't
his
deliver, like a
pitch-
Christmas
Harry,
special.
It is
his
like
pitch was to try and create the show, and it would be every year. He's failed at doing that, but I'm still glad he made that pitch. But I'm really bored at you playing the middle of the fence on this. You want to have your cake and eat it too. We're like,
I don't know what you mean.
obviously the show needs a new direction, but I'm still going to be mad about today. Pick a fucking side.
No, but you're not
Rosanna,
understanding
what were you
why-
trying
you're
to
not
say 10
understanding
minutes
why
ago?
they
on
do.
that
the
point
Russian
though,
yaps?
on what he should have said. I'm not. This is a sentence that has never ever come out of my mouth before. But he should have been more like Keir Starmer, because when Keir Starmer came into government, he said, "We've got a lot of dreams that we want to make happen, but
The
we need to."
return of the
But
sausages.
we need to remember, we need to bear in mind that we have had a decade of Tory cuts and Tory legislation, and we have all of
Sorry.
these dreams that we
Can't
want to
do
do, but it's
that.
going to
This is
take us time to
insane.
get there.
You can't do that. You can't have Russell take on the show and go, "Oh, guys, it's been shit for a while. It's been driven
not
off a cliff."
exactly like
Well,
that.
I'll try my
No,
best.
Well, this is the
He
thing.
should have
Not
said,
exactly
look,
like that, but what are you looking for?
He
at least?
could have been like this. We want to have Doctor Who on our screens every year. The face of TV is changing, and we're going to try our best to keep up with that and to create content that you're going to love. We're going to be on the same page. We're going to let you know on what's going on.
And do you know what's quite funny? That's exactly what he did do. Because
what he
he
did.
also said in 2023, if we had to go back to making scary ghost stories in a closet with borderline no budget, we'd do that in a heartbeat.
Where are the scary
I love
ghost
Doctor
But
Who.
he hasn't, though, has he? He
Scary
hasn't.
ghost
We're at that
stories.
point, and he hasn't.
But that's because do you not see times have changed? This was 4 years ago. This is what he thought. Rosanna, what did you want to say?
Yeah, Rosanna, let's
Sorry,
let Rosanna have
Rosanna.
Hi. I don't think I've spoke for like the full
I know,
time.
you're allowed to shout over
you
everyone.
guys- Yeah, but I don't have the energy to do that because you all are quite yappy at the moment, and I'm quite zen. You know, grief suits me, and all I'm saying is that it's really rich that Joe is loving this because he knows if he had enough money and he, in a few years, was really successful or something, he would be right in there trying to get the Echo Doctor to BBC. That's the truth. That's how we feel. But then as well, I think it's inevitable. It's like, I saw it coming. I'm not really that sad. I think Russell's post, yeah, it was a bit whatever, but get a grip, all of yous. Genuinely, get a fucking grip.
I am
sorry.
completely fine. I'm just fed up.
We literally were promised a Christmas special. I wanted to see Billy Piper. They've left it a bit weird. But you know what? Let's just give it like 10 years or something, then it'll be sound.
We don't need 10
It's
years.
happened before. I'm sorry, it's happened before.
On a
It's gonna
Doctor Who
happen again.
podcast.
What are we going to talk about for 10
Podcast should
years?
end.
I don't want to sit here until our 30s and go, guys, it might come back. I don't want to do that.
This
We've
is the
been
thing.
doing that for 6 months, and we are already struggling to think of ideas. 10 years is going to kill us.
And I think one thing I want to say quickly is one of the other reasons why I'm frustrated is I agree that there should be a new vision, but I wanted that new vision after they wrapped up the shit that they set up in the first place, because I actually was invested in a couple of the things they were setting up.
Right.
And now that that's not happening,
But
I am sad.
this is the thing,
It's
Mitchell.
almost like they shouldn't have got her in last minute to do it, isn't it? It would have been better
You've
off
got
just
an
waiting
answer for
right.
everything.
That was like a whole year
Yeah.
ago. Can we be angry about today?
Who cares?
But it's part of the problem. The last image of Doctor Who for the foreseeable future
Okay,
is
yeah, and that
hello.
was probably now in retrospect a mistake, but you
Thank you.
understand what, but
Thank
you
you.
understand how it happened.
Yeah, I still can think
So-
it's a mistake though.
Yeah, but
and
you
a lot of
can't
people
then
thought it was a
get
mistake
angry
at
at
the
literally
time.
everything.
But you were, to be fair, you were saying for the months, and I'm not gonna lie, you were saying for months, like, oh, don't get me wrong, the Christmas special's a good idea because look, think about it, Doctor Who's in the toilet, David Tennant, Billy Piper, the general public love them. Now you're saying, well, let's be honest, the Christmas special would have been a bit of bollocks anyway, so why
No,
don't
this year could have, and also that we didn't know Russell and Co were leaving. If the ratings are in the bin, and you do a one-off Christmas special bringing back Billie Piper. I have literally, you can go back and watch my Reality War review. I was like, this makes sense to do now, but the problem is the future. This bringing back Billie Piper is something we've had to come to terms with. It did make all the headlines. Your mum, when we went to watch War Between the Land and the Sea, Theories, goes, "Oh, is this the Billie Piper one?" My
But
family,
where did those headlines
every
get
time
us,
Doctor Who
Joe?
gets mentioned,
Where did they get us?
When's the Billie Piper one coming back? People have been wondering and asking for this for ages. But the problem is, if they literally, I think they wanted to film it this year, they couldn't. It gets delayed and delayed. How long do you prolong this?
I get that, but you still make the episode because
do you think
I'm not saying for this
that
year,
it would be better to make the episode and have it delayed till, let's say, like May next year, so basically a year? Do you think adding another year to this and then shopping the show to somewhere else would work? Because that would be worse.
Because I don't understand why a streaming service would pay as much as they will want to sell it for Doctor Who, because Doctor Who had Russell T Davies return, a world-renowned writer who wrote it at its peak. They shopped it around to Disney, like the second biggest streaming service in the world, and it tanked. And although, it tanked for a multitude of different reasons, other streaming services will just look at that and go, it tanked. I don't understand.
Other streaming services aren't thick. Like, if there is a good idea, and let's not be silly, Doctor Who is one of the best TV formats ever devised. Other streamers would know that. And you're forgetting as well, Doctor Who, and this is part that I'm kind of excited for, it doesn't have to be made by a massive streamer. If they now take Doctor Who in a new direction by passionate people, look at Russell in 2005. That is exactly what happened. They had it was a bigger budget, but it was still a smaller budget. They gave it to these people and they went, just make Doctor Who. Your fans, you love it. I think we could be on the horizon for some banger Doctor Who. Gone are the pressures of having to get a whole series out a year. Gone are the first drafts of Ranskorav Kolos, Space Babies, The Reality War. Gone are all of these problems. Okay, we could be about to see something brilliant. I'm
starting to believe Rosanna's conspiracy theory that you are just teeing yourself up to be the next showrunner. That's what you want.
See, even that is a stupid conspiracy theory. That's not going to happen. Like, realistically, not happening. If it is going to
You're only saying this now so that TikTok edits can be made again. That's never going to happen. And it's like,
I can't win. I cannot win with you lot. It's insane.
No, you can't, because
you
know what? I believe the conspiracy theories that you are paid by the BBC at this point.
You're angry that you're not getting a Doctor Who special, and you're then just having a strop with anyone who disagrees with you.
I want to care about this show, and I just can't.
You clearly do. In the words of Peter Capaldi, hate is too strong an emotion to waste on someone that you don't like.
Guys, can I just add? Tiptoe? I liked that.
Can I just add? It's really funny that at the end of the press release, they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, the CBB spin-off is still happening."
Oh god, I literally went, "What? Who the fuck cares?" Like,
tone deaf.
Well, guess what, guys? This podcast is now going to be about CBB.
We are actually going to have to review that, though. I hope you realise that.
I reckon we genuinely should. Not the whole series. Just tune into episode 1.
I'll do the whole series.
They could have said CBBC, like.
No, but I think but this is the thing. I think the future of Doctor Who could be bright because you're hooking those kids from an early age. Like, you know how people get addicted to phones? You're making them addicted to Doctor Who from day one.
They won't be addicted to it, though. Do kids grow up addicted to Bluey? No, they go, oh, remember that show that we watched when we were kids?
Okay, so if you're going to
kids even still watch CBeebies.
If you're
I'm not addicted to Charlie and Lola.
But if you're going to let me finish, I think there's actually a prime example of someone here that at an early age got hooked onto a Doctor Who spin-off, who then became a Doctor Who fan and is now sat on a Doctor Who podcast years later.
Yes, but the Sarah Jane Adventures is different.
Oh, well, that's completely different, isn't it? Like,
you know what? You just want an argument. You just want an argument. So you get a good little podcast for all your little viewers that are still watching. Thanks, guys. Please.
I love the viewers, by the way.
I just want to say, I was watching Doctor Who and Sarah Jane before you, so shut up.
Real.
Okay?
You were the
Yeah,
latest
this
one
is,
to the
it's
party.
becoming really apparent that you were the last one to be a Doctor Who fan,
Yeah,
Joe. Just let you know, because
Joe.
we're all bigger fans than you.
This fake fan doesn't even
I
care
was-
that the show's cancelled.
What I think
I
is,
was on your side. Not anymore.
you realise I'm saying that's a good thing, that this, for the long term, is probably for the best.
I think it is good for the long
Because
term. See,
people
that's
will
the
keep
bit I
coming
agree
back
with.
to your channel if they think the show is alive and well. If they hear Doctor Who's dead, what are they tuning into the Adipose for?
Well, no, but this is, I would be angry at because let's not be silly. The Christmas special would have slapped the filming pictures, the episode reviews, the podcast.
I was banking my entire year on that.
And not only that, but it would have been airing in December when ad revenue is twice as high. I should be fuming at this, but I actually feel like I understand why it's happened. I'm not
He's
happy,
so gracious.
but it's the way it is.
We all understand why.
This
but we're
video
very
is sponsored
cross.
by the BBC PR team. Feel free to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Look, I agree with you that I think it needs a new direction. It needs a new vision, and I think for me, I'm just gutted because there were bits of this era that I liked, and the fact that it ended like that, and that will be how it ends now. Because with Christmas, at least I had the hope of, oh, you're going to wrap some stuff up, nice. Whereas now, and I wonder if you feel the same way about this, Jib, because you said that the reality war you quite liked, and you were like, not quite liked, but you were kind of okay with, and you were okay with how it ended with Billy Piper, because you're like, oh, okay, that's leaving it open for the future. Now that that door is firmly shut, does it like colour your view of the reality war?
This is a chain of events. The ending of the reality war clearly wasn't supposed to happen, was it? Shooty left. Then, oh God, the show's going to get cancelled. Billy Piper, that will keep it alive in the press for a little bit. Oh God, Billy Piper's not free. What the hell do we do? Bin it off. We'll give it to someone else. Like that's the chain of events, and it's
I'm
we
really
know
sorry
what's
that
happening. We haven't got our
happened.
eyes closed.
But what about that chain of events doesn't make you like? Sure, it's a bit frustrating, but like, what do you want to happen?
I want them to make some fucking Doctor Who.
And that's what they're gonna do.
No, they're not, though.
also,
Because
like-
even if they're shopping it around... Sorry, go on, Rosanna. I'm done with this guy.
I love a Christmas special. I love Billy Piper. It's a very sad shame, but also the world moves on. You know, I was upset. I've come to terms with it. You guys should all do that and get a life. Frankly, I think that Doctor Who, it needs a bit of sleep because it's done that before and then it came back bigger and better than ever. Hey.
And this is exactly what's happening. And I feel like I don't get why everyone's so angry. I have not once said this is ideal, have I?
No.
I have not once said this is exactly what should have happened, have I?
But you have this sense of optimism, which I just find so frustrating.
So what? We
Because-
should all just be miserable.
Yes,
No,
we
I-
should,
it's
at least for
okay
today.
to wallow in your misery and then you feel better. This powering through nonsense.
It's not even
Guys,
powering through
this
it.
is
I
why we have
genuinely
a
think.
male mental health crisis.
He's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
denial.
We don't allow
The first
people
stage
to
of
sit
grief
in
is
their
denial.
feelings. We need to sit in our
We're talking about
feelings.
mental health crises here. I think
We need to feel sad and mad, and then tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll go, ugh, bit shit, isn't it? And then I'll carry on.
But
But
are
for
you
now,
not-
let me be upset.
is there not a bit of
Annoyed.
you that is actually excited? Because
No, I'm relieved.
There is a little bit for me. There
It's-
is a
I'm
little
not
bit for me.
excited.
it's Schrodinger's Who. We could be about
It's
to get
always
the
Schrodinger's Who.
It's not though. It's not. We have been told for months we're about to get a Christmas special, which all of you lot have bitched and whined about to the nth degree, going,
I was
"Oh, they're going to do
excited.
this.
I have
Oh, they're going
not.
to do this. Oh, it's going to be dreadful."
I was
Artie,
I was excited
You were
at
literally
what-
getting Sam from Subs Industry shout out. You were getting memed in the chat earlier because he was like, "Oh well, at least Artie won't have to see David Tennant say I love you to Rose," because that's what you've had a meltdown
He'd have
about.
done that. That would have been
They
dreadful.
finally-
But you know what's going to happen now? We're going to have a Rose Tyler, Chris Eccleston make-out session the next episode. That's what they're changing it to.
It's going to be new. It's going to be completely different.
I
They are
think
going to
it's
drop
just-
all of this nonsense.
I'll tell you though. Why.
Do you guys want an insight from a casual, normal viewer who's not like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told Maya, sorry, just a little.
Is
I just feel
Maya's
like
going to start talking about like supporting reform again or something?
And I just feel like you guys are very tense and we all need a little break. Okay. So, she said, do you know Doctor Who's cancelled in it? And then,
Cheers, Maya.
yeah. I said that and she went, yep, I think it's good. It ran its course. It's just not good anymore. Let it die and then come back in like 20 years. And then I
20
said,
years?
20 years is stupid.
and then she said it's ruining its own image every year because it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Do you know what ruined its image, though? Billy Piper's gurning face going, oh, hello.
No, it
Right,
didn't.
you didn't have to insult Billy Piper now, did you?
No,
No, it didn't.
It didn't.
It didn't, but it wasn't the cause, but it was a symptom. It was a symptom.
And you're a symptom.
No.
And also, viewers weren't excited about Billy Piper being the Doctor because everyone can tell there's literally, as she said, literally Rose Tyler's the Doctor's the worst. Like, it's obvious they ran out of ideas. And she's not even a full-on, like, she just casually watches it.
But the point of the Billy Piper thing, though, the point of that, I don't understand. It was just to get it in the headlines and to get it in the public consciousness, which is exactly what it did. You can argue whether that's good or bad.
To be driven by getting in the headlines.
Yeah, I don't want my TV show to be a guinea pig.
That's how Doctor Who has always functioned.
I don't want it to be clickbait, Doctor Who.
That's what the TV is. It's for attention.
Your favourite era has an episode called The Next Doctor, which doesn't feature the next Doctor. It's always been clickbait.
But
Doctor Who taught us clickbait.
Joe, at least that episode existed. You know what I mean? Like, at least it showed up.
In the words of
I'd
Rob
rather it
Mackenzie,
didn't, to be fair. I'd really rather it didn't.
It's not strictly relevant, is it?
I think it is, actually.
It's not to this point, is it?
I think it is. I just, yeah. I'm excited that there's going to be, we know for a fact there's going to be a complete new direction.
Are you? Well, you should be miserable, Tharies. You should be really upset.
We know this for a fact. Because, as you say, it's Schrodinger's Who. It could be good. Could be not.
No, well, I mean, that's true. But I think one reason why I'm not as optimistic as you, Joe, one reason why, and I will tell you, you'll say, oh, we can get a new era and a new this and a new that. And I agree. And I love that when that happens. However, the last two eras have also been marketed as this is going to be Doctor Who's big break into new horizons.
They've been marketed as that. But
and
what
they both
were they?
failed.
They were the Fitzroy Tavern Group again.
No, I agree. We
even had confirmation from Ian Levine in today's live chat that the Fitzroy Tavern people is an actual thing. That has been the same friend group writing the show running the show since day one. Paul Cornell, Russell T Davies, Christopher Chibnall, full named, Stefaniel Moffat. They have all been there since day one. And I'll tell you for why I don't think it's going to go back. And I this is complete guesswork, but I genuinely, if you look at it, I think it's probably happened. I reckon one of the reasons Russell and co are leaving, Russell clearly wanted Pete McTighe. He was setting up little Mr. Ty. That's why he let him show run the War Between. That's why he let him do all this. That's what he wanted the future of Doctor Who to be after his departure. But instead, the BBC, Disney and all of that have gone, we're going to do something completely different. Sorry, Pete McTighe. Go and have a nice break with your sea creatures. We're doing something different. Today's press release could have been, Pete McTighe will write the next series of Doctor Who. And it would have felt like more of the same.
And Joseph, that's the only reason I could still smile. That's the only reason I could still smile.
Pete McTighe is a very good writer, but the thing is, it would be the same vibe. It's like he's Kylo Ren to Darth Vader. He will finish what Russell started. This is not what we're getting, something new.
I agree, but I think my point is, I think you're more optimistic. My levels of hopium have depleted. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Is that I had the entire Chibnall era, which I didn't like. I finally had an era which was very, very flawed, but I actually liked quite a bit of. And then now it's ended in the most unceremonious shit way possible. And now I've got to get excited for the third iteration of the thing. Do you know what? it gets to a point, where it's like, how many times do I go through this? I feel like the 12th Doctor. It's
That's the thing, and I'm not excited. I am relieved that it's getting a fresh start, and I honestly, I'm telling you, I'll tell you now, I'm not as mad as I'm acting, and you are making me feel more positive about it, Joe. And I do really love and appreciate you.
Despite your condescension.
I do want you to know that. But
No.
Completely forgotten my point. What did Darius just say?
Don't know. Doctor Who's ended, innit?
Oh yeah, the Peter Capaldi. It's like being on the treadmill waiting for an era to begin.
I'm kind of sick of being told to be excited about things. Like, get excited, guys. There's this new thing coming. There's this new thing, and David, get excited, get excited. I want to be a casual fan.
That's right. Well, next time they market a series, they should go, guys, the finale's shit. It's really bad. Don't get your hopes up. What do you want them to do?
I understand. I know. I'm not expressing myself well, but it is this constant, we've got a new era, we've got a new era, we've got a new era. And yeah, hopefully this one does sound like it will be more new. But as you say, it's Schrodinger's Who. And Russell T Davies coming back really gave me hope. And the hope has gone.
It's just that bit in Squid Game. I've played these games before.
I've played these games before.
But also, you haven't, because you weren't around when, that happened. So also, Joe, fan films are going to skyrocket. It's going to be, a dark time, but also, we can get everything this together.
But the thing is, you guys...
Doctor Who's gone, can you believe that?
Doctor Who is gone, can you believe that?
Oh, please, can we get that on a shirt?
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my God. That is the thing that's pushed me towards we should make SAT5 merch.
Doctor Who is gone, can you believe that?
I just think, I don't know, I just think we need to, all be hopeful for the future, maybe be a bit more successful.
Can I just quickly before Artie starts ranting again, when you say we've played these games before, this is the part that excites me. When? We have never played these games before. It has been the Fitzroy Tavern group. It has been the same style. It has been the same format. It has been the same whatever since 2005.
But I had to read interviews, Joseph, of people saying that Series 11 was the biggest change to Doctor Who since it went into colour.
And it was.
The gender swap, sure.
It was a massive change. The actual format of the show that come before it.
The actual format of the show wasn't that different.
True.
I also think it needs time. You know what I'm more wondering about? Obviously they have storage units or whatever. Where's all the stuff gonna go?
They've sold a lot of it.
That should have been our sign, really, that it wasn't happening when that auction went.
I am so furious.
Going once, going twice.
I was trying to buy for that space on the wall. You know the vault in Series 10 that has the little spikes. They were selling those spikes. And I was sat there bidding on all of them. £950 for a spike! Who's paying for that? I was like... it really annoyed me. I was so excited. I had all they were in my shopping basket, and then at the end, more. £950.
Do you know what?
I'm more scared for what you and Farry's are gonna do. Joe, you're gonna have to get a proper job.
Don't worry, next to Self's gonna take off. We're gonna become famous, and we're all gonna be really rich and live in a high
and then we'll write Doctor Who.
Exactly.
I will say. I have been preparing my contingency off-ramp for the last couple of months.
Somehow, Thary's return.
I have been preparing the politics channel off-ramp for a while in worries that this could happen. The only trouble is ad rates for political content are way lower because it's more controversial, but that's
why you should talk about The Wizard of Oz on the second channel.
Guys, this doesn't matter. Isn't it so
I have
depressing?
10 minutes, so shall we do questions?
Well... We'll do a few questions now, and then we'll let you depart and keep this going because I don't think any of us have closure.
I think grief is suiting me well, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get a life and earn money. So
I do think
you guys can keep arguing.
No, but this is the thing. It's like It's the difference with me and Tharies, I feel. Whenever, because I understand where Tharies comes from, but I almost have like a buffer point of like, it gets to a point where I go like, am I really, really mad at the showrunner of a TV show for a family audience for maybe taking a part? No, but even though it's my job, can you honestly say
actually mad?
He's just a guy. Tharies is mad.
Tharies is mad because he's paid to be mad.
No, they should have done a Christmas special. I agree with like they should have done one, but they're not. What we're gonna do? Sorry. Okay.
We're on a podcast talking about it, so I'm gonna be mad.
You have misread my anger. I am not mad at Russell for leaving. If anything, I think that was probably the best thing to do. And also,
that's why I specified. You're mad about the tone of an Instagram post. It's like.
Yes, because it's emblematic of the entire way
this We're searching desperately for content on this podcast, Joe. There's not much else to talk about.
There is something to that. I think it's emblematic of the entire way that like this era has sort of quasi-presented itself. And I think
that's a bit harsh.
This is what I mean. It's not that deep. I love
Doctor Who. Bit harsh. He does not. I don't think he thinks about much of the words that come out of his mouth.
No, maybe not. But that's not a good thing. I think he thinks about his scripts.
But like, they can't be saying that.
But it's like, you know, when you have you've got to admit there is a whiplash. There is an emotional whiplash to someone going, we're going to be spending these years getting the Empire in shape, and there's going to be Doctor Who every year. And then
that clearly
didn't go to plan.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah,
do you want him to beg for your forgiveness? Oh, Thomas Harris of Wishworld fame.
I'm not saying
he put you in the bloody show, you miserable prick.
I'm not. You're not understanding the point I'm making. I'm saying it just feels bizarre. It's just we've never been in this position before. That's all I'm trying to say. It's all I'm trying to express. I love you, Russell T Davies. I love Tiptoe.
You can either lash out or you can just be like, okay, well, it's exciting.
I'll tell you what, you can.
Do you want us to lash out though? If we'd all have come on here and said, yeah, I mean, whatever, you'd have been like, guys, come on, say something interesting.
Where's the context?
I'm not lashing out.
How have I managed to make 2 entire videos and a 3-hour live stream today with just me?
Like, yeah, but because you were waiting, you were like, oh, don't mind satellite. You were literally hyping it up. I walked in for my driving lesson and my dad was like, I've heard that SAT5 is going to be an interesting one when you film tonight, because you'd been gassing it up.
Because I rang Artie earlier, and I might insert the video now. He was furious. He was saying things that are unbroadcastable.
Make a response.
The point is, people are more likely, if this is just about views, they are more likely to listen to one person talking than a group of 5 people yelling at each other. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, but the balance is nice, isn't it?
I thought,
Rosanna, read some comments.
Someone said probably for the best, and I agree with them.
Was that?
Yeah,
who was that?
Christopher Brown.
Nice. Probably for the best. Yeah, I feel like that's. Yeah, I get it. Do you know what I mean? I get. And it's why I'm not that mad. Like, I honestly think I'd have loved to have seen this Christmas special, but for the long-term health of the show, this probably is for the best.
But you guys keep talking as if it's like definitely going to carry on. And in a time where like IP is getting less successful on TV and on streaming services, and in a time where TV itself and that industry is collapsing, like, if Doctor Who has to wait 10 years, who's to say the landscape will be there for it to work?
Russell's Instagram basically says the reason he's departing now is because he knows that the BBC are about to shop it. The BBC
he's never told a lie before.
No, but the BBC press statement says they're about to shop it. Are you honestly telling me the second that goes out to people aren't going to be snapping it up? Look at the most successful films at the moment. Directed by like Backrooms, etc. Rosanna, you've seen that and you love that, right?
Obsession!
They are new voices. They are not the same group of
new voices in an old
men
TV
writing
show.
The same things. It's new people. That's what's exciting.
I agree with you, but I just don't see it. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Doctor Who?
I read out one viewer question and I'm going to have to leave because I've got work.
Well, we'll come back to the viewer questions. But Rosanna, give us your closing statement. Give us some light in the end of this very angry, aggressive, dark tunnel.
You know what? I am upset that we didn't get a Christmas special because I particularly have a very fond memory with Christmas specials, which means my dad's going to leave home for Christmas a bit earlier than he's supposed to. Anyways, but
Look what you've done, Russell.
right,
You ruined their Christmas.
but also like
That ruined my holiday.
everyone's blaming Russell. It's not. It's so many other factors, and you know, people are going to blame Billy
agree with that.
Piper. People are going to blame whatever. Like, you all need to get a grip. The show's gonna end, you know, and I'm not just speaking about the people in this podcast. It's sad, but you know, change is inevitable. Doctor Who's a show built on what? Change.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And I would like to say that Gallifrey Cabaret have got a really good statement. So just look at that.
What have they said?
What did they say?
Because that's what I had to do.
Oh,
That's what I was doing every time I was on my phone. But gotta remember, this is a show literally built on regeneration. Change is part of the magic. Even if sometimes it's sad, confusing, you don't know how to feel, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See? So we should all just go to Gallifrey Cabaret and have a fun time.
Valid.
Bye,
what you're-
guys!
See you in a bit, Rosanna. Enjoy work.
So
Fuck do I
what,
leave?
You press the X to leave the class.
I'm trying. Right, I'm just going to do it.
so what Gallifrey Cabaret was saying is that all of our feelings are valid, and no matter how much Joe might be confused by our anger, that's also a fair
No,
emotion
I'm not
to
confused by
also.
your anger. I've repeatedly said I understand why you're angry. I just think you need to shut up.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Really?
I
know what?
refuse.
I would like to apologise for the way that I came into this video. I was really hot-headed, and now that I've cooled off a little bit and ranted, because I needed that, guys, and I'm glad that it was you guys that were privy to it, and not like an unsuspecting bystander that has no idea what's going on.
Someone in spoons. Do you like Doctor Who? I hope your family burn.
No, it's just the thing is because I've spoken before about the fact that like a lot of people I know, sort of like friends of friends and stuff, they know me as the one that likes Doctor Who, and I'll sit at the pub and they come up and they're like, "Oh, right, like Cybermen, right? Like, yeah, Cybermen." Like, and obviously we're going to be seeing them on Friday, and they're going to come up and they're going to be like, "Oh, seen any good Doctor Who recently?" And I'm going to cry. And I just
imagine how I'm going to have to feel. I am literally called by the people of Newmarket, everyone who knows you, Charlie's parents, everyone. It's Doctor Who Joe. I'm going to have to explain to about 50 people.
Or Joe Adipose. That's what I only calls you, Joe Adipose.
Joe Adipose. What a great name. It's gotta love it.
Yeah, I regret knowing what I said.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
No, I mean, listen, the thing is, I agree with you for most of it, though. In the most of the ways that matter, I agree. I want to be excited for a new era. And I think in the long term, this will be a good thing. I think it's just, there's two things, really. One, the uncertainty of how long it's going to take puts me a bit on edge, because it does evoke
That's understandable,
times.
though.
It does evoke times of the Wilderness Years 1.0 of like, it will come back at some undetermined point yet to be announced. Second thing as well is just, I think when I said, obviously I agree with you, we haven't had a completely new team like come in. It has been the Fitzroy people. I agree. I think for me, it's just, I'll believe that there's a good new era on the horizon when I start to see it. Do you know what I mean? I need to see
it's
something.
Not even just that the new era is definitely coming that's exciting. It's the not knowing. Am I just a bit crazy? But I feel that excites me because it's anything could happen.
That's true, but I feel like we've kind of been. I feel like we've been in that.
Realistically, something is going to happen.
Thing is, though, I feel like we've been in that position for about the past year,
But this
and
is,
I think.
Yeah.
I'm a bit tired of being like, who knows what's going to happen? Because obviously, if you think about it, post-reality war, like there was about 4 months between that and the announcement of 4 or 5 months between that and the announcement of
Elise,
Christmas.
you can't just speak.
This is why I kind of want them to take like a 4-year break, so it's actually been worth it, because we've gone like a year and a half without Doctor Who, in the most, like, the amount of gaps we've had between eras and stuff. I feel like we'd be like, oh my god, it's the Wilderness Years Part 2, and then in 8 months they're like, we've got a new showrunner, guys, we're back on the block.
But
Well, the thing is,
it might
what you forget is,
even if they find a new showrunner and they find a streaming service, the thing is unlike sort of Russell and Moffat and Chibnall, who all came to the table with ideas, if they find a new showrunner, they'll be commissioning to start. So there's no, like, even if they announce one tomorrow, they won't have a series developed until next year, and then they'll have to cast it and shoot it. So it's short. It's like if the process started now, it'd be 3 years.
I don't think it would be 3. I predict 2028, relatively early into 2028. Yeah, because
for what? For a series coming out?
We've
A
gone 2
series.
years without Doctor Who recently anyway.
Well, this is the thing. We already, since Reality War, I'm pretty sure I'm accurate in saying. In fact, I'm almost certain. No, I am accurate in saying this is already the longest gap without new Doctor Who we've had ever since 2005, obviously. Which, did any of us die? Like,
I did.
No, but it is
the show.
No, I know. But would you rather have a mediocre Christmas special that makes you angry, or wait double what? No, wait, basically what we've already waited. Give it a year. Like, I could be wrong, but I genuinely think give it a year, and we will be seeing casting announcements of new fresh actor is the Doctor. It won't be the 16th Doctor. It will be the Doctor. It will be this new showrunner who's never written Doctor Who before is this vision. It will be da-da-da-da-da. That's exciting.
Oh, is it going to be on BBC iPlayer? Are they going to have another section? Because there's too many sections. It really stresses me out.
If they don't combine those sections, they're actual morons.
They have to. Just put Disney Who in with old Who. New old Who. Oh, I don't know anymore.
Speaking of BBC iPlayer, they may want to remove that.
They already have.
Oh, they have they?
Yeah, I saw someone's Instagram story. It was like sad violin music, and they refreshed the page and it had gone.
Oh God!
What did they remove?
On BBC iPlayer, it said Doctor Who returns Christmas 2026 for like the longest time when you would boot up the Doctor Who page, and there was like a.
They're trying to pretend to us that was a joke, that was a lie.
I don't think they are. Like,
that's what Russell's Instagram said. Russell, I love you.
It's not a joke.
Stop letting me down.
I don't think they're trying to pretend that was a joke. I think that what he's saying is, like, we wanted to do that, but we had no clue what we were going to do. We've had no chance to organise it.
I just wish he'd worded it slightly differently. That's
He's
just
sat
really
there
just
saying, "Oh, and any of you think that it was going to happen? Ha! Keep waiting." He's saying it reads as if there was never an intention.
That's not what he said. The part about keep waiting is in direct response to because this. To be fair, as well, Tharies, you know this, so you have no excuse here. But Artie and Elise, I can understand more so. The part where he's saying we were never casting the Doctor, we were never doing this, is in direct response to the Sun's headlines and the Daily Mail headlines. Over the past 2 weeks, they have claimed that they were shopping around for a Doctor, that it's a poison chalice, that all the actors were refusing to take the part, that Russell's special was falling apart, that da-da-da-da-da. Russell is just going, look, because he can't say that directly, but he is effectively putting a middle finger up to the papers and going, you don't have a clue what's going on. I am taking back control of this narrative. He's also got his career to think about because this has been a failure. Whether you like it or
doesn't
not.
have his career to think about.
No, he does.
He's so rich, and he just wrote Tiptoe, which is supposed to be really good. You three all think it's great.
It is good.
Like, he's still one of the most respected British TV writers.
Well, this is what was being talked about, like in one of my other videos. Like, if you look at Mr. TARDIS, who it sounds so weird quoting the name, but Mr. TARDIS, who said on Twitter, like, and it is true because still within the industry he is loved, but everyone, even like when I did that short film boot camp or when I was on that like set, whatever, it naturally comes up, oh, Doctor Who, and the first thing everyone says is bloody hell, he's fallen off. That was dreadful. That was bad. And I think that Russell is just a human doing human things.
Oh, I agree.
Like, he's trying to sort of save himself as well as Doctor Who, and I can't be mad at that.
To be clear, I don't think he is Hyper Satan who is destroying our lives. That's not. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's just. I think
you're just annoyed, and that's fair.
No,
but
I think I'm also just a bit fed up of like maybe it's just because like we've been listening to sort of vague platitudes and press releases for a very long time about Doctor Who, not just from him but from like so many different sources. And maybe that's because I'm in the space of it, but I think it's just I'm a bit sick of the lack of clarity, and I'm not saying there is an immediate solution to that. There isn't. I'm just saying for me, the whole, maybe something will develop in the future. I'm just a bit sick of that position already, and it's not really anything that can be done about it. I'm just expressing why I'm frustrated with that state of affairs. That's where I'm at. It's
this is already changed from what you were saying you were angry at earlier. Like what you're saying now is valid. Like it's frustrating, but you've kind of got to deal with it. I feel like everyone's calmed right down now because it's like the emotion of it put aside. I think Artie's probably still seething, but it's when you put the emotion aside, it's sort of like, well, I can't be too mad because the situation is the situation. This is what's happened.
The weird thing is, I wasn't that.
I'm mad about the situation because it's just shit. Like just so much is so rubbish at the moment in popular fiction. Like, what is actually good? And what's wonderful about Doctor Who is no matter how bad the last episode was, the next one might be great. Because that's what the show is. It's such a sandbox. So, and although Russell, like, I've not loved his finales. I loved The Skyscraper. But, like, I've still been excited to see what happens at Christmas. And I did not want Rose Tyler to say I love you to David Tennant and for him to say it back. That's no secret. But I was still excited. And I love a Doctor Who Christmas special. And what one thing from our childhood hasn't been just destroyed? And it's like the last gasp. It's like Rise of Skywalker.
The only thing to genuinely be mad at, because I say mad, but it's like it was clearly a mistake. And I bet if you asked him, he'd go, actually, I don't know whether he would. He'd probably stick by it. But what the bloody hell was Space Babies? What on earth? Like, I was just in disbelief that was episode 1 to a whole new era. But then even that was production troubles, because that was supposed to be the week after Church on Ruby Road. That wasn't supposed to be the launch. So it's the whole chain.
I don't think Church on Ruby Road is a great...
Problem after problem.
It has been a series
So I do have sympathy.
Events.
It's
not his fault.
Who's to say, though, that the next series won't have loads of... Because clearly something's not right. Maybe Doctor Who's cursed, who knows? But there is something that not even... There are a lot of somethings that have happened behind the scenes with this show, and they have not been dealt with very well, or they've not been squashed very well, or whatever. Clearly a lot has happened. Who is to say that these problems won't now arise in the next era? Go on, you Schrodinger's cat me.
No. If we all love him, because someone that we all love dearly has actually answered the question that you have right now.
Is it Sam from Cypress Industries?
Mr. Peter Capaldi went on a Doctor Who podcast
recently. The only other
recently.
answer I would accept, other than Sam from Cypress Industries.
Went on a Doctor Who podcast recently and said that Doctor Who started to lose its way when it got too big, too noisy, just like the Doctor himself in Series 6. He fell in love with a show that was small and semi-niche, had a very dedicated fan base, and that nobody in the wider world really cared about. It wasn't always headlines. Go back to the most successful eras of Doctor Who. 2005's reboot, half the people were, like Russell's said how mad he was, that a bunch of them were taking their names off and going, oh, I don't associate me with that. It's going to be a bit shit. Just do it yourself. This will be Russell T Davies and Christopher Eccleston's failure. One of the reasons Eccleston actually left, he has cited in interviews, is because BBC bosses were going, oh, well, we'll blame it on Eccleston and Russell. That's not our, like, if it fails. And then as soon as it was a success, they hopped on board and were like, well, I always said it would be a success. It's like Doctor Who has now undergone ego death. It has collapsed. Like, it got so big, it got so noisy, it's collapsed. And it's now gone, oh God, what do we do? No. Someone new will come along who doesn't have the pressures of the BBC, who doesn't have the pressures of this, of that. They are going to be determined to get it right.
I just thought of a really funny outcome, though, right? This won't happen. I just think it's funny that it came to my head. But imagine, right, they're like, oh, we're going to get a new showrunner and a new production company. And then it gets announced. 2027, Doctor Who returns with Crack in the Wall Productions, edited up by Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat too. Like, I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that.
Imagine
It
Crack
cracks
in the
because-
Wall Productions.
Once again, though, did you see that interview from Stephen Moffat in around December time that everyone was atting Russell in?
Was it the one where he was like, oh, you're supposed to leave?
Yeah, no, Moffat literally said, he was like, Doctor Who will only kill itself if people don't leave. He was like, I love Doctor Who, but I had to sort of force myself out the door because new people need to come in. And they're like, oh, is this about Russell? And he's like, oh, no, not at all, not about Russell. Like, I love Doctor Who and I'd always be there for Doctor Who. And I do believe it wasn't. They're friends. But if you had Stephen Moffat's completely honest thoughts about Chibnall era and Russell era Doctor Who, I do think, like, do you know what? Because these people aren't thick. They're friends. They're not going to be evil to each other. And Chibnall has said repeatedly as well, like, things in his era didn't go as planned. If there wasn't this mad schedule and mad first drafts being pumped out left, right and centre, I think we might get a really good Doctor Who. And I think they almost have to learn from their mistakes because it's a new team. Like, and Russell succeeded in 2005, he's said many times, because he looked at what killed the classic series and knew what not to do. So they're going to look at what's killed the new series and know what not to do.
Can I just quickly add a little thing? There has been an insider on Gallifrey Base who has done a little bit of additional...
live updates.
What's Gallifrey Base?
Gallifrey Base is like an old forum for like Doctor Who fans to talk before Twitter existed. It used to be called Outpost Gallifrey. It used to be called Outpost Gallifrey. That was the thing that
in the song. The forums will be raging on Outpost Gallifrey.
It was like an old Doctor Who forum. It still looks like it's from about 1997.
It's where Helen Rayner went to read a review of her episode and then had a nervous breakdown because the fans were like, "This instant 2004."
Apparently, this is from an insider on Gallifrey Base. So,
okay. But go on.
Shall I read this? I think there may well have been a hope to somehow go through with it, but it all seemed very likely. I saw Rob Shearman a short while afterwards. For context, Rob Shearman is the writer of Dalek, who said as well, Doctor Who is as dead as we've ever seen it. Yeah. And then Jane Trenzer went, what? No.
I think that's really rude, actually.
In hindsight, very funny. In hindsight, very funny. I saw Rob Shearman a short while afterwards, and we wondered if the timing of the announcement was partly down to his comments in Doctor Who magazine, which seemed weirdly ludicrous, but I do actually think it played a part, because the lack of news was becoming awkward and embarrassing. Poor Jane Tranter was made to look a bit silly, unprepared when she was presented with Rob's quotes during a radio interview. So this announcement confirming the BBC was committed to giving Doctor Who a future seemed to give a bit of clarity. However, nobody connected with the show that I spoke to seemed to think the special would actually go ahead, especially given Billy's availability. For reasons which must now be clear, the announcement never stated that Billy would be in this special.
That's true.
Yes. Everyone I spoke to a year ago found it rather an odd decision, especially as I'd gathered via a friend who knows her publicist that she had no intention of doing any more. But I suppose that could have potentially been worked out further down the track.
Cheers, Billy. Ruined my holiday.
But I always thought it seemed pretty unlikely. So according to this...
So we should channel all our anger at Billy Piper.
Well, potentially a little bit at Jane Tranter, well, not Jane Tranter specifically, but then basically trying to save Jane Tranter a bit when she was confronted with Doctor Who's dead by Robert Shearman, and then they quickly were like, this is a bit embarrassing for her, isn't it? Should we put out a press release to be like, no guys, it isn't. But if that's the reason, I just sort of think, was it worth it?
That reminds me of... We haven't talked about it in this video. Tharis, did you hear the Radio Free Scaros Insider thing?
Which one? Have they done a new one?
Well, what's fascinating, this was literally 2 days ago, I think.
Was this the one where they said it had been shelved?
No. What they said, which lines up perfectly with that, is their source, who has been accurate in the past. Their source said that this came about when the Bad Wolf 10th anniversary party happened. Why is Artie in bed? When the Bad Wolf 10th anniversary party happened, Russell, Jane, and all of them were
God,
together.
imagine that happy anniversary with bidding it on.
Well, no, they were all together and they went, I know what we should do. We should make a Christmas special. Let's just do it. Oh, yeah, one last hurrah, we'll do a Christmas special. Then they rushed to announce it because there was no news and it was embarrassing. And then it doesn't really get thought about and it can't end up really happening. And it gets pushed back and back and back until you reach this point. Russell was hoping to do a special, but in the end, it couldn't happen. And that adds up perfectly with what that leaker is saying.
So who's the leaker?
Well, I don't actually know. It says an insider, but the etiquette of Gallifrey base, they're very weird.
Yeah,
about,
no, they know.
like,
They know. It's not like Reddit leaks. Gallifrey base is always like if someone,
So it's true.
Not necessarily, but very likely, especially when added to the Radio Free Skaro thing.
I know that there has been a very outspoken person who used to run Doctor Who magazine who was kind of saying for a long time they didn't think the special was going to happen. I think it was Tom Spilsbury. I don't know whether that was the guy who just said that. Could be. They cut off the name, so I can't.
I'd forgotten that. All the pieces are sort of clicking into place.
Tom Spilsbury did say quite a while ago, I'm not convinced it's happening. And in hindsight, I mean, he was right. And
that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think, though, there is a slight part of me, if that is true, of if it was announced purely as, this is getting a bit embarrassing for us, let's just announce something. Is that not a bit... Okay, maybe I'm being unreasonable there, but is that not a bit like... preservation of ego, maybe?
No,
do you know what I'm saying?
Reasonable.
Artie, if you're going to speak, get out of bed. We can't hear you.
You're being unreasonable. They can't be that, like, they're the producers of the show. If they embarrass themselves, then the show's embarrassing itself. It's like and also they, like, even though I'm sure this is a massive passion project for them, or at least I hope it is, like, it is a job and they can't have it jeopardize them as people. Like, that's the thing. I'm so mad at what's going on, but I do feel the need to do a disclaimer. I fucking love Russell T Davies.
I do as well.
Him and that whole team, they just have written some of the best stuff I've ever seen, and I'm just sad because I wish they could have done it again, and they haven't. And that's not their fault. That's the state of the world.
The political and economic state of the TV industry.
Let's talk about the political economic.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think. I mean, at least with Disney specifically, I don't think there was a reality where Doctor Who was so amazingly good and critically well received that they would have been happy with the viewing figures. I think Disney were always going to have higher expectations than what Doctor Who could realistically deliver in most circumstances.
I disagree because, like, Disney's put quite a lot of money into a few shows that no one watched, and then they persevered with because the reviews were good, and then people started.
I don't know, but the difference is, though, they don't own Doctor Who. So from their perspective, it's like, do we put the money into, like, a thing we own and can make the money off merch for?
With them. And also, it was only being broadcast through Disney in America, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
it was the rest of the world.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't own the property. They own the streaming rights. But, like, from their perspective, why invest in something that's not doing well when you could just take the risk of doing your own other thing? I think that's the point I'm making.
The Disney Plus subsidiary is different from, like, for instance, the Lucasfilm one anyway. So the business decision would be effectively the same because they still exchange money in the same way when they lease things off Lucasfilm.
It's also cheaper for them because they don't have to pay for loads of the budget.
No, that's true. I mean, but Lucasfilm is owned by Disney, though, right? So they still make all the money off the Star Wars stuff.
Different subsidiaries. What I'm saying is that the actual interaction between the different, like, sections of the company, like, it's still quite similar to them leasing
Well, this
I guess my point
I
is-
do think that it all goes back to, like, honestly, if it was really good, and starting with things like Space Babies is bizarre, but if it was really good, I genuinely reckon that positive word of mouth could have got Disney maybe a renewal of Shooty's final season. But
Maybe.
the demand just wasn't there. And also, this is one of the things I was thinking about earlier, which actually kind of excites me as well. I think not that we're post culture war, but maybe I'm just too optimistic. But I think we're reaching the other side of the tunnel from the crazy YouTube grifters. They really took off in 2018, but I feel like a lot of people now, obviously there's still politics is crazy, but having a completely clean slate for Doctor Who, sure, they probably will try and kick up a fuss of, oh, it's woke, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. But it is a complete fresh start for every Doctor Who fan. And I think no matter what political place you're coming from, this, in a way, is something that everyone can get on board with. And it is up to the show and up to everything to not say stupid stuff like having Alan the incel get Yas queened to death and hoovered up, or to have whatever. Like, Doctor Who has been pulled through the bushes by the media so much, and to give it a completely fresh start, this is nothing to do with any of these people that people already have grudges against. If anything, it's becoming an underdog again, and it could
as exciting as that is, though. As exciting as that is, I am excited for that. There's two sides to that. One level is excitement, one is nervousness. Because let's say, for argument's sake, that a new company does take it on, and new production company, new showrunner, new doctor, everything new, like what you're saying. And I'm not saying this will happen, but let's just say, for argument's sake, it gets taken over and it also fails. I'm not saying it will.
Yeah.
My worry is then the lesson that is taken by the industry is effectively, it is impossible to make this show work anymore. That is the worry I would have, is that I feel like, it's that sort of thing of like, how many lives does Doctor Who have left? And I think that the concern there is just, from like a new person's perspective coming in, I could totally understand like a new producer coming in and being like, if the guy who bloody made it a juggernaut in 2005 couldn't make it work, how can we?
What you're doing here, though, is not your. Well, the best. I'm glad Elise is back to hear this. Elise, I can come up with the best point here. Doctor Who is alive in an abstract and literal sense. Doctor Who is alive. Read the final chapter of Exterminate, Regenerate. What Doctor Who has done since its conception is worm its way into people like me, like you, like Artie, like Elise, like Rosanna, like anyone who's bothered to watch this much of this podcast. It has wormed its way into our lives in such a way that it's almost sort of natural selection. It's alive. It's a thing that is pushing itself to be alive. And people like me, or like Elise, or, well, I suppose out of us two here, we have written our own Doctor Who stories. We have plans for our own series. And I'm not saying it'll be us who end up taking it on, but think about the amount of people that's happened to. Every time I go in, like, TV, film, whatever, uni, anything, what got you into TV? Oh, well, it was Doctor Who. It was Doctor Who Confidential. It was Doctor Who this. It was Doctor Who that. There will be someone out there. What we may get in 3 years' time is another TV movie with Paul McGann that everyone watches and goes, well, that's shit. Oh, Doctor Who's dead. But what happened 7 years after that? Doctor Who comes back again and again. And I think it's a point Russell T Davies has made. It's like Robin Hood. It's like Sherlock Holmes. It has become such a staple of British iconography that eventually, even if this time it fails, someone, somewhere, has a vision that will work, and it will get made because of how much love there is for the show.
The TARDIS will always be the TARDIS. Yes.
I
There will always be a blue box, Russell. And anytime anyone looks at a phone box, they'll think of Doctor Who more so than
the actual phone box as a
in
thing.
itself. Yeah.
I agree with that in like concept. I can't help but be nervous because there's a level of, again, it's the, and again, it's like, it's exciting in equal measures and nervous. Basically, there's two sides of my brain, very much like an angel and a devil. There's an angel going, basically saying exactly what you're saying. Is there's
And there's a
creatives
devil
out there.
going,
Saris, there'll be no more leak videos, Saris, there'll be no more leak videos.
There's a part of like me saying exactly what you're saying in my head, which is there are people out there who have been touched by this show who will eventually take it forward into its future. But there's another part of me that looks at the state of the television industry, at the state of certain other franchises that do have massive fan bases and have, had similar impacts on the world, but are basically, in a much worse position than even Doctor Who is. And I think sometimes we do get
because
Can I finish my thing?
Earlier? No, just quickly, because on that, this keeps getting repeated in this podcast, and it is wrong. Doctor Who is not... Doctor Who will not survive because it's a franchise that is loved. It will survive because it is the perfect TV formula. It is the perfect storytelling formula, one of the best storytelling formulas ever devised. It's not. Star Wars runs off, you guys love the original movies, you like the prequels a bit, we're out of steam. When those original Star Wars trilogies age, they've aged. They will die. They have a lifespan. Doctor Who isn't loved just because of how good things are. It's the format. That format can work forever, and I think will work forever. Whether it be short form content, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, but when we're 70 years old and our grandkids are like on their, I don't know, like Google glasses burned into their brains, and they're watching like 2-minute episode Doctor Who's scrolling through mindlessly, it's still there. It will still be alive. I think it's the perfect formula, and it cannot die.
Do you not think that there's any other show that has... obviously, I agree with you that the Doctor Who format is inherently, like, it's an amazing format, and it's so open, and I agree. But are there not so many franchises that can also be that?
Name me one other show that can take place anywhere, anywhen, any tone, any vibe. You can change the lead actor within the canon of the show. If you're about to say S.H.I.E.L.D., that's a load of horseshit.
I guess, I don't know, Black Mirror.
Well, yeah, but
that's not a format. That's an anthology.
Well, you said something that could be any... Okay, another good example, Rick and Morty. That could go anywhere.
No, it can't.
Anything.
No, it can't.
No, it can't.
Those are two... What... Like, Rick and Morty are the two main characters. The Doctor, yeah, sure, there's sort of rules to it. The Doctor can kind of be any character you want. If you look at William Hartnell and then you look at David Tennant, they're not the same character. Like, the format, Rick and Morty requires who? It's in the pissing title, man. Rick and Morty.
But,
you can't make Rick the fugitive. Well, you actually could make the fugitive.
They did do that. That's not a great example.
No, that was a terrible example. But you can't have Rick not be the old Doc Brown rip-off white guy with a grumbly voice who does this, that does that.
I suppose.
That's the point of Rick. Doctor Who, you can literally... Like, Joe Martin's take is nothing like Patrick Troughton's take, but they're the same character in the same format. Do you see what I mean?
I think, I get what you're saying. And I want to believe that there's a bright, beautiful tomorrow. And I think maybe there will be. But I also... I'm not actually. I don't know.
So is the perfect format that valuable anymore? Because
Marty, can you sit forward, please?
Is the perfect format that valuable anymore, though? Because the reason that shows like that used to come about is because they were made with the intention of doing an infinite amount of series. Because nowadays there seems to be more investment in stories, like with The Boys, or with I've just started Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is brilliant, and like the big TV show, or not even big TV, like TV in general seems to be more story focused. So although I agree, and we've talked many times about it is the perfect TV format. Is there much value in
It's
that
a fair point.
anymore?
It's a fair point because
I'd say
I love want more.
no, I think I think you made a very good point. You made a very good point.
it's a good point, but I do still think Doctor Who, it survives because like that format is. Look at Rick and Morty. Like you use that as an example. That is just trying to copy the Doctor Who format, but not quite as well. Do you know what? Like,
I agree.
Doctor Who created this thing, and it's that idea of Doctor Who being alive as well. People like the TARDIS, the Daleks, the Cybermen. That you don't have things like that in shows like Rick and Morty. You don't have
Literally, like the Emperor Dalek at the end of series, like it survives through me.
But it genuinely does. Those are such iconic things that I don't think. And it's Sherlock Holmes, Robin Hood. How long have those stories been being told? Like they still make new adaptations. The Wizard of Oz, many adaptations.
Not as many as they used to. Not like let's be fair. Sherlock, there was I know that it had a particular renaissance, but you look at those stories that keep coming back, and they're slowly dying off. You get like way less Sherlock material nowadays.
That's
James
not
Bond
true.
has been. It's been struggling on its legs for like the last 10 years. You get what was the other one you said? When was the last time you saw Robin Hood?
Pantos love Robin Hood.
This year alone,
I'm doing Robin Hood this year.
If Doctor Who goes Panto, I'm on board.
This year alone, there's Enola Holmes 3. There's Young Sherlock. Like that's
Sherlock is crap.
But you can say they're bad all you like. The point is they survive.
To be
fair,
fair,
you can't say they don't survive. They clearly do.
Jane Tranter's just done an Instagram post. Sorry, it was just.
Hang on, we'll hear releases, then we'll read that.
No, go to Jane Tranter first.
It's a picture of her solemnly stood outside the TARDIS with the following passage. Quiet moment on stage 6 with the TARDIS this morning, thinking about the incredible adventures I have been lucky enough to have with it. To have been part of bringing back Doctor Who back to life in 2005 was a total career highlight, and to have the honour, privilege of working, of bringing the show to Bad Wolf Studios to make our 26 episode Disney Plus order was a new highlight all over. Hugest thanks, and thanks again to the wonderful Welsh crews who have loved this show to the screen, year after year, to the extraordinary cast, to BBC One and Disney Plus for the opportunity, to my friends, collaborators, Russell, Julie, for all the excitement, challenges and fun, to the wonderful Doctor Who fans who love this show with all their hearts. You're an inspiration, and thank you, the Doctor, for bringing hope, warmth, joy, humanity into our world. Let your next adventures begin. At Russell T. Davis. Aww. We have always said, where you go, we would follow like the children of time, so watch out.
Sometimes I think we're all his children. I think that we might perhaps be going around a little bit in circles. I've heard the same points mentioned a few times, and I think kind of to summarise and to bring us on to viewer questions, Joe feels a lot of hope about, but Joe feels a lot of hope about everything, and the rest of us would love to eat our words. So that's what I call a giggle.
No, we're not ending. We're not even close to ending. This is why I said speak before Tharies. We've got Jane Tranter. That's sad.
What's there to discuss?
Just say anything nice. He's just read out. The woman's poured out her heart, and you've gone, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's really lovely, isn't it?
I think that's quite
nice. Also, I think you just like this, but Andy Pryor as well. I just saw that.
I saw Andy Pryor's. Yeah. But this is what I mean. Even the casting director who's been there since 2005, everyone is gone. Like, whatever happens next, it's new. It's completely new.
Like I said, unless Crack in the Wall Productions gets founded and Stephen Moffat does it with his wife, which could happen. I'm just saying.
What would Chibnall's equivalent be?
Timeless Child Productions.
That's
no. It would be nicher than that.
It would be.
I think we'll have to have a conversation.
Productions. the Sontanans wiped out.
Anyway, okay.
Production.
Let's put Elise out of her misery and read some viewer comments. Artie, sit up.
Sit
Look
up,
like
boy,
you're
sit
enjoying
up.
yourself, boy.
Sit
I
up
am
straight.
enjoying the podcast. I'm just sad.
We can't hear you.
Oh, I
Come
can.
closer.
Open your ears.
No, I'm thinking of you guys
It's bad
watching and
audio.
listening. The audio is dreadful. I'm gonna have to fix it in post. Okay. Who's got the viewer comments? Because I can't see any.
Oh, I'll do them as I'm sat up. I've got them on my phone.
Yeah, normally Artie does the
Yeah, we've lost the days of the Thary's hair.
Because Thary's goes right down below. He goes like him, and then he reads them like here. And it's a little bit.
Yeah, I'll read the first one.
All right.
So, Christmas special should have been used to tie up loose ends. What a mess we're left with. Yeah,
Valid.
Yeah.
That is the big shame is that. Oh, who is the boss? Susan.
Yeah. That's
We'll
the thing.
see
I'm never
again.
even going to be able to watch the 60th the same way again because that fuck ass meep is going to be sat there going, "Just wait until I tell the boss," in her very Miriam
Where's your
Margolyes-esque.
boss gone? Where's your boss
Where's the
gone?
boss gone?
I
Maybe
do
the
think
boss was
though,
Russell T Davies.
one thing that makes me feel pleased about the fact that it's not happening is I don't want a special purely for the sake of tying up loose ends. Like if it was all these threads coming together for this big bombastic finale episode, that would be one thing. But if it's just kind of going, oh, and this and this and this, and then, oh yeah, guys, this is the boss, and then it's like a quick little Christmas special wrapping up,
I guess I just feel
Would I want that?
I guess I just feel a little sorry for.
like-
Oh, you go on. That's all right.
Wouldn't even care for like a special that wraps up all the loose ends. Like I would be more here for just sort of just a passing of the torch. I think that's what the show has done quite well since 2005. Like the passing of the torch, and the fact we're not getting that does make me a little bit sad.
See, that's one of the things I'm actually really excited for, though. The lack of passing a torch means it's completely fresh. If there's any stragglers, even Andy Pryor, the casting guy, everyone's going.
He's the prior casting director, if you like.
I'm not saying pass the torch in the same way as
but when you have that connection, like because even the Chibnall era is technically new, but like it's you see a regeneration, you see them come in. There's something magical about Christopher Eccleston just showing up, run. It's like we're gonna get that again.
It is different, isn't it?
It does hit different. I guess I do feel a little bit sorry for like that. Admittedly, few of them, but there would be some kids whose first Doctor was Ncuti Gatwa. Like there would be some kids whose first era of Doctor.
Well, I've got a fantastic anecdote. Right, my sister was in school the other day, and she came back and reported to me, which is fascinating, because. They were talking about Doctor Who. My sister had a shirt with like a little stripe thing on, and a kid comes over and goes, "Oh my god, that's like the Doctor." And my sister was like, "You've watched Doctor Who?" And they were like, "Yeah. Jodie Whittaker's my favourite. Like I grew up with Jodie Whittaker. I love the 13th Doctor." And I was like, "We're reaching the point. It happened. Like we're all so miserable and online, but kids." Watched and loved the 13th Doctor's era and are now growing up and going up to people in school going, you've got a stripy thing on. That's like the Doctor. They didn't even say the 13th Doctor. The Doctor.
The Doctor.
Like, that's the Doctor to them. We'd all be like, yeah, the 13th, the Jodie one. That's the Doctor. Like it's
I think I've told a similar story, but my dad's Doctor Who friendship group, a lot of them have kids that are quite a lot younger, and my dad's friends really liked the Chibnall era because they had these little kids that fell in love with Jodie because she was so bright and big, and while we watch it and go, oh come on, laying it on a bit thick, aren't you? These kids loved it, and they were at that age, they were like the kind of 5 to 10 sort of age range that it just hit them, and that will be the nostalgia for them, which I do think is so lovely about the show, that even the bits that I don't love mean so much to another person.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
is
love
lovely,
this
but
show.
selfishly, there's a tiny part of me going, oh no, the people who are going to be making Doctor Who in the future are going to be the ones who grew up with the 13th Doctor. Oh no! But no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Really, it is a lovely thing.
He's not joking. He's evil.
No, I'm not evil. I'm not evil. But I will become one of those grumpy people who's like, "What do you mean it's in colour?" I'll be like that. I'll be like, "What do you mean you've done it like this?" But that's part of the joy, maybe. Maybe that is the ultimate state of living for a Doctor Who fan. Is you grow old, Doctor Who comes back at some point, and you get to be the one to complain about it's not as good as it was back in my day.
What I think is
finally I get to be that person.
a beautiful comment it's not even a comment, he just says it in one of Stu Bagfall's videos. He literally calls you out and he goes, "Look, Saris, I know you're full of like energy and it's not as good as it used to be, but one day you'll be like me. You'll reach the point where you look and you go, oh, this isn't for me. It's like Paw Patrol. This is for new kids now. They like this. It's not made for me. I can't be angry that they haven't done blah, 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 blah." And I think we'll reach that point sooner than we think. But next viewer comment.
We've done Liam Christopher Brown probably for the best, so I shall move on to late to the party. Steph says, Joe, want to take over as head writer for the show?
I mean, we've discovered that this is his grand scheme all along.
The problem is,
please take us all with you, though.
Oh yeah, please don't forget us. Don't forget me.
I want people that like the show.
Joe.
If you do that, I will become like Ian Levine. I'll become I'll personally write emails.
He will be the leaker, not the leak reporter.
Oh my god, Tharies will be there with like AI reconstructions of the 2026 Christmas special that never happened.
My beautiful vision has been completed.
Anyway.
But I mean, look, if you do become showrunner, don't forget us.
I don't think. Look, I'd love it. I'd love to be showrunner, but we've got to be realistic here.
Would they hire someone with such a history of HooTube?
Are you saying
that's
that?
a problem?
Chris Chibnall's most famous quote as a kid was, "This is this shit." Literally that. But
all the ideas are already out there. You would have to, the moment you were in the talks, delete everything. Like, not everything, but like you'd have to delete like what I would do with Who, the showrunner video. You'd have to delete every single. You'd private this entire Satellite 5 podcast.
Podcast is gone. Oh. Yeah, but a man can dream.
The great thing is, if you took over, I could be in Paw Patrol to do a Stephen Moffat,
but this is the thing, because even we've got our Nick Briggs. Get Rory Stock to do all the monster voices.
Perfect.
Sorry, Artie, are we keeping you?
On that time, my lazy eye is not allowing me. Leah Delvis says, "Fresh start, long wait."
Yeah.
That's the bit that hurts for me. Is the long wait bit. That's the bit that hurts for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not that long. Please.
All.
Netflix, if you're watching, Paramount, fucking HBO, fucking I don't know, 1, 2, 3 movies. Any of you want to pick it up? Please do it quickly. I don't want to grow old and it not come back on.
This is, we won't hark on it for too long, but you're going to get some new person's interpretation
I'm
of the
excited.
Daleks
It's exciting.
and the Cybermen. Like, it's been the same.
I just don't want to wait 20 years.
I've done a full 180 on this podcast. I'm with you, Joe. I'm excited.
This is what I mean. Like, we've had Bronze Daleks going, you would make a good Dalek, you would make a good Dalek. Yeah, we've heard you. What's the new one? Like, Artie, go on.
Jackaroon 2000 says, "I just hope they don't rush the plans and let's hope for the greatness for the future." I would be surprised if they could rush the plans because they're
I do get what he means though, in the sense of like, as much as I am saying I don't want it to be gone for like 20 years, because that's my main concern. I don't want to go through that. At the same time, I don't want them to, because honest, we made an agreement with Disney, and I don't think Disney was the right fit for it. I think we can all say that in hindsight. I don't think it was the right direction.
I think Disney was the right fit for it, but it was 5 years too late. Like, it happened.
Okay, sure.
Late.
What the point I'm making is, I would rather they take their time and find someone who can aptly do the show and like do it well, and is in the kind of spirit of it, if that makes sense, rather than just going, hey, random big company with money, do you want it? And then we sort of end up in the same situation in a couple of years' time. I would rather they take their time.
Just while you're saying your piece, I want to tell you what the next comment is, because James Swan says you got to blame people like Tharies, Higgin Tea Break, Mr. TARDIS for speaking crap about the episodes.
Yeah, Tharies. Look at what you've done.
All right, Mr. Jack Swan, if that is your real name. First of all,
James Swan.
James Swan.
Oh, we can't even remember that. Oh.
Yeah.
First of all,
literally cares about his viewers.
First of all, they're not my viewers, they're his. I'm just here on loan. I'm here on loan. First of all, I think we've all spoken shit about Doctor Who episodes. That's part of being a Doctor Who fan. If anything, I think I was one of the most supportive of this era going. Like, I wanted this era to...
That's not what the title Doctor Who Jumped the Shark ! Suggests, Tharies.
Notice how that was at the end of it. Notice how that was at the end of an era after I was invested in it. You know, I tried and I wanted it to work. And I wanted the Chibnall era to work as well. I don't think anyone...
off.
No, but I did.
I don't know how true that one is.
No, but I did. Like, I would never want Doctor Who to do badly. I don't have that in my heart. I would always want Doctor Who to do well. But I don't think it is in... Why are you staring at me? I don't think it is in... I
remember when you used to join Discord calls and go, oh, I'm so glad that episode was bad tonight because those horrible people on Twitter, those Jodie stuns, that'll show them.
No, the problem is I was a different man back then. You know, I have had many faces.
I wanted the Chibnall era to succeed in retrospect when I didn't.
I wanted it to succeed. I just didn't think it was. I've had many faces, many lives. Not all of them were good. Point is,
anyway.
Let me finish. I'm finishing my piece. Everyone has criticised Doctor Who, and I don't think it is in the gift of any one Doctor Who fan who's said bad things about it. I don't think any of us are responsible.
I reckon James was joking.
I don't care, James. You've angered me.
I do think that this is just on the showrunners, on the showrunners thing. The Artie, stop your whining, okay? On the showrunners thing, they had, apart from Chris Chibnall, the luck of not being on the internet. If you are a Doctor Who fan who has used the internet in this day and age, you will have slagged off an episode, realistically. And that's fine. I think, like, Russell, all of them lot, Chibnall was there, literally going on TV to say how bad he thought the state of Doctor Who was at the time. Doctor Who fans complain. Fans of things complain.
Wasn't Stephen Moffat on forums in the, 90s?
Oh my God, yeah. That's insane. He was so rude on the forums. He was so rude. In the 90s, he was like, these idiots didn't know what they had. It was a great format and they ruined it. They were terrible. Everything about it was bad. I fired them all.
He's just like me for real. No,
well, that's it's Doctor Who fans just complain.
I think it is a cyclical thing.
No, now you have drawn the limit. Artie, next comment.
Okay, we got another James. It was a choice that needed to happen because the Christmas special, if made, would have been half-baked.
Yeah,
true to an extent.
That's what I was saying at the start.
In your corner.
Yeah,
but then I would also say don't.
What I do find fascinating though is the Billie Piper thing, because that makes a lot of sense. Like
but what? That's what I don't get. She never intended to do any more than just be on it.
Well, I think it was clearly just a favour in that case. Then I will be your placeholder.
So that kind of insinuated that there was always going to be a complete fresh start, whether Russell or not.
I think it was more. What I think has happened now, like everything I was saying earlier, except the breaking point wasn't scheduling. That's been the line. The breaking point was Piper going, I don't want to do it. Because I do not believe Russell didn't want to do this special. I reckon Piper said, I can't, scheduling and lack of, she just didn't want to do the special. And when you get presented with that...
Why would she agree to be the Doctor at that?
Because, and I'll tell you for why. If you watched Doctor Who, what's it called? Stefan Powell show? Unleashed. They did a 20-year celebration of New Who that aired the week after the reality war, but they shot those interviews 5 weeks before the thing went out, I'm pretty sure. And what was shot 2 weeks before the episode? Because if you look in the Unleashed, she has brown hair. She did that interview with Tennant. Russell was panicking, shitting himself, going, "We don't have an ending for this. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?" Billy! Right, I know it's a bit of an ask. Would you dye your hair blonde and show up? That would be so funny. Like that you'd save our back. And she goes, "Yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories of Doctor Who. I'll do that." And he's like, "Oh, well, maybe a special in the future." And she'll have gone, "Yeah. I'd like to be involved." Didn't realise what it would entail. Wednesday caught up with her. There's 3 projects she's filming this year. All of that caught up with her, and she probably went, "I want to spend time with my kids. Like, I don't have time to do this."
Yeah.
She's pulled out.
Season 3 better be good, because season 2 was naff.
I didn't even like any of it, to be honest.
I don't mind it personally.
It was okay for a series.
I don't mind it personally, but that's just, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, next comment.
Ethan M91. Indifference, relief, and sadly a bit of closure. Doctor Who needs to find its identity again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to find a new identity. This is I'm excited for someone's new idea.
I'm loving your binoculars. It's making. I know why you're doing it, because your eyes are hurting, but it's incredibly funny to look at.
Stojack says,
"All right, school with them."
What?
Did you?
No.
What?
Sorry, let's spice it up a bit. Carry on.
Sometimes I think we all went to school with Elise.
Stojack says, "Good to see you, Elise. It's been a while. A little sad, but excited to see what the future holds. Hopefully, it won't be a crazy wait."
That's it's the gap that I was scared about. As long as there's no massive gap.
That's why I'm mad, because I'm a lot more pessimistic than you guys about how long this wait is going to be. But if I'm wrong, then I just want Doctor Who, please.
If we're here in 10 years having this same conversation, that's when I'm going to be depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want a gap between the I want a while until we hear anything. And then once we hear something, they go, "We've got someone playing the Doctor. We've got this happen." What's going on?
So I'm disagreeing with you, but I was going to wait till you were done.
Oh.
Very violently, I would add.
When they come back and they announce it, I want them to be like, "Here's the date."
No.
No, I'm the opposite.
Oh, it wouldn't be very good for your YouTube channels, would it?
No, part of the joy is like,
For the
I mean,
world.
it's ancient, but going back and reading Russell's magazine entries in Doctor Who magazine was such a fun read. Like, from the day he took it over, he had a column in Doctor Who magazine, and he was like, "This week I've written the Box of Balhoun. What's the Box of Balhoun?" And it's like, oh, well, he's like 2 minutes in an episode, he's a little blue guy in a chair. That's so much fun. I want that period. But Artie, what were you going to say?
Also, I want them to announce it tomorrow, so that I'm like, it's like when
how pathetic would that be? We wouldn't have even got this podcast out.
No, but then
we'd have to do another one. We'd have to do 2 Satellite 5s. We'd have to do
maybe not tomorrow.
Thursday.
Get off my back. Come on now. Maybe not tomorrow, but but announce it soon, and we just know there's something in the oven. Like, we know something's cooking. They're working on it. You don't care how long it's going to take to make this dinner, because when you finally get to eat it, it's going to be delicious. But if they announce it and at the same time announce, it'll be out in 6 months, it'll be like, try bake. What?
Yeah. You want the slow. It's one of the reasons that the videos I make, I have such because people joke about that. Oh, leak videos, what? But I genuinely have a passion for it, because I remember Series 8. When those pictures were dropping of Capaldi and that leak where, with Missy, they recorded her saying different characters so no one would know what it was. And there's a take where she goes, "Well, I couldn't very well keep calling myself the Rani, now could I?" And all of those little things online. It was so much fun. Why is he in pyjamas riding a horse? Is it from this episode? Is it from that episode? Then the Whittaker era. I'm sure he looks back on it and doesn't like it, but George Sheard's videos, I loved tuning in after school, clicking on the video, and it's like, oh, well, this villain's going to be this, and there's going to be Percy the cat, and John Barrowman's coming back. No, he's not. Yes, he is. It's all of that is so much fun as a fan. I love it.
Can I say as well, I think people are lying when they say they hate those videos. Because I think it's true. I think that the leak video and the rumor video and the sort of like the speculation videos is just the modern day equivalent of being with mates and going, have you heard what Doctor Who's going to do? Well, I heard this. Well, I heard that.
But this is such cope.
What do you mean?
It's not, though. Like, it's
in
fun.
What capacity?
It's such a fun thing to do. And the problem is, though, it can very easily tip into... Like, I didn't want to know that the bi-generation happened. It didn't want... Like, leaks are fun to an extent. Like, the Jodie era, the leaks there were the perfect level. We didn't know Sasha was the Master. We didn't know the Timeless Child plot twist, really. The only thing of that series we kind of knew is there was a script leaked that said Rose's TARDIS. And we were all like, huh? Rose's... If you zoom in, it says Rose's TARDIS interior at the top. It was Ruth's TARDIS. And when that episode came out, I sat there and went, oh, Ruth's TARDIS. It's like those little bits where you don't know the whole plot. It's so exciting. And it's why... With Series 2, despite Andrew the Leaker coming in the comments and telling us everything that happened, I didn't once make a leak video about the plot of, like, Omega, of the Brani's bi-generation, because you don't want that ruined. You want the little carrots on a string of, like, oh, Shooty's got a new costume, or, oh, his hairstyle's the same as this hairstyle, meaning that's from the same episode, but that looks like a different tone, and like, it's so
one of the best
fun.
Guys, I'm going to bling it up. It's the thing I bring up all the podcast. When I was there... yeah, one of the one of the most exciting bits about that though was when you were on set and you got to see all the little bits of set dressing and all the little bits with like Conrad on it and all that sort of stuff, his face on the TV, and you could tell it was some sort of alternate reality. One of the best parts about that was me spending about the better part of like a year thinking to myself in my head, but how does that connect to this? Yeah. What does it all mean? And like, is it an alternate reality? Is it some sort of trickster bollocks? What's going on? Like, that was so much fun in my head to just do that. Now, granted, was what we ultimately got as good as what I would have wanted? Probably not. However, I can't deny, I think the idea that people hate the idea of speculation is just, it's for the birds. I don't think it's borne out.
You can't talk for everyone.
I did.
Group of people, but there's a group of people it appeals to, and that is people like me and you. Whereas Artie is much more of a viewer that would like, I don't really want to know. I'll watch the trailer, see what happens, and really enjoy it, and then talk about it in depth. Whereas, yeah, that's it. I absolutely love, and it's one of the reasons I think I like, because my brain never switches off with script stuff. It is filling in those holes and going. It's why I love the Chibnall era so much, and in retrospect, I don't like it as much. Is because it's like, oh well, the Timeless Child plot connects to this, and the Sacha Dhawan Master is wearing a bow tie because he's the 11th Doctor's Master, and they're going to do this big plot twist where this and this and this, and it's like the British Empire, and it's a and it's like, no, you've made that up in your head.
I think though that's a slight reason why I'm more disappointed about Christmas though as well, is that I felt like I spent so much time theorizing about like what could happen, how they could resolve it, and I think
I've literally written videos about it. They're all.
That's what I mean. Partly, it just feels like somewhat like our time has been wasted, somewhat to a certain extent, and I don't think that was
I'm glad you brought it back to this pessimistic note, because Taneli Kukkonen said,
"What was Elise going to say?"
I was just going to say that I like to watch it exactly how they intend. How they want me to watch it. I want to go in with all the information they want me to have, and I want to judge it accordingly then.
Fair enough. Sense. I think everyone's got a different tolerance level for it, haven't they? I think. Go on, Artie, say your piece.
Well, it wasn't my piece. You interrupted Taneli Kukkonen. You know.
Sorry, Taneli. Off you go.
We interrupted you being miserable.
No, it was a relevant segue.
Come on, bloody blanket boys.
They're all about the same thing, so the conversation doesn't have to stop for me to read the next one. But she said, horrible day at work. Got on break, opened Instagram, day got even worse.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I literally woke up to the news. I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh, I wonder if we're going to get
lazy man.
I know. To be fair, I didn't sleep well the previous night, so leave me alone. I watched Tiptoe and I was devastated.
I just got to say, though, like, honestly, the timing of this is beautiful, because I am not free from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm basically not free, which is why I had to stockpile Satellite 2 episodes to go out next week and stuff. Like, they even waited for me to get my hair cut, arrive back on the driveway, and then say, Joe, there's an announcement. Like, cheers, guys. Thanks.
I'm going to be making hay while the sun shines. This is going to be our last gasp of, like, stuff to believe in and hope for. So I'm going to, yeah.
But next you a comment. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I saw Russell T Davies' post first because I saw the TARDIS, because I've been checking obsessively over like literally the last 24 hours. Because once you posted that video, I was like, I don't know, something's not right. So I've been checking and checking and checking. Saw that post, was like, oh my God, it ran to the group chat and just saw that Sam had put in like a notice of unemployment or something after Joe.
Yeah. It's great.
The best way to do it.
Go and check out the Joe Street channel, please. I don't want to starve.
Yeah, I do want to say, pour one out for your local YouTuber tonight, whoever they are, whether it's me, whether it's Confused Adipose, whether it's, I don't know,
it literally
Josh
is. It's the Adpocalypse, but the YouTube equivalent. Like,
yeah, it really is.
This year has already been a pain in the backside.
Yeah, it's been one of the worst years, like, financially ever.
Guys, you're going to have to get real jobs now. I say as someone that's just quit theirs. Cheers, everybody.
That's true.
To sell Doctor Who art as well.
Can we all
well, you're in the same boat.
Guys, anyone interested in any like Tiptoe prints?
maybe that's it. Maybe we all chip in and buy Doctor Who. Has anyone got like?
I need to get mine out. There were people legitimately suggesting that in the live chat earlier in my live stream. They were like, "Why don't you apply?" Huh?
No, honestly, let's get the money and do it. But talking about prints, guys, these are the cheaper ones as well. I've got some more on the way to test some different sizes. So the one that Joe just showed is a more expensive, like fine art kind of G clay. It's a proper nice fine art print. It's G clay printing. They're quite expensive to do, so I have to sell them for quite expensive. So I actually make some money on them. These are going to be much cheaper, but I think they're still really good quality. So yeah, I've got options for you if you don't necessarily want to fork out loads and loads of money.
Do it, Elise.shop or whatever it's called. Be there. Okay.
Also, if you like politics,
if you like politics, you won't enjoy the Thomas Harris politics
show. Will. You know what? I was saying this to you. I was saying this to you. Oh, thank you. I was saying this to you the other night. But it's how I knew we were in the end times. The comments on the politics channel over the last few have been more positive than the ones on the Doctor Who channel, which I think kind of says a lot about the current
state of the community, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
What's Satellite 5 going to talk about now? Chill! Oh my God, this is fine!
And I'd like to formally announce that Satellite 5 has been cancelled.
No, Satellite 5 will be coming back for an amazing Christmas special where we're going to discuss S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's going to be the best Christmas special ever. I promise it's really going to happen. We're not going to cancel it. It's
going to be marvellous.
Absolutely marvellous.
Next question after you go.
Speaking of Russell.
So, MB and Homeland says, shame to leave while the ship sinks. Would he have done the same in 2005 if it had flopped?
Imagine Gavari over there.
Yeah, he would.
I don't know. I think he was younger and had more drive, and he was so invested in that particular story that he wanted. I think he would have gone down with the ship in 2005.
That is one thing worth considering.
He would have been one of the violinists playing while the ship.
Well, Nick, the show would have been cancelled though. He wouldn't have had the choice. That's the thing.
He would have gone until it went down. He would have literally like hugged the iceberg, clung on, you know.
the bloke is a 60-something-year-old guy. Like, realistically, we couldn't have expected him to do it forever. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it to go the way it did, but like ultimately, I think this was always going to be. I know that he did say there's going to be series 4 and 5 and Marvelous. Realistically, was that ever going to?
Yes.
Could you see? Okay.
He literally. I played. I don't know my video where I'm talking about it. I put a gravestone outside and just sat in the
I
rain
did see that opening.
in my slippers while a bunch of ominous voices echoed round, and one of those voices was him in the Alan Yentop documentary going, this is from 2023. He goes, well, I woke up this morning with a marvellous idea for the 2025 Christmas special idea. And then I thought, oh, that'll tie into 2026 and maybe even 2027. He had so many ideas. The boss, all of this was going places, but it just...
Oh, let's raise a glass to Russell T Davies.
Yeah,
come on, everybody.
Some Pepsi.
We are Russell T Davies.
In the same way, Time Lord Victorious. In the same way, Time Lord Victorious got expanded on. I wonder if Big Finish are going to absolutely rinse like the Billy Piper.
No, did you not?
Maybe.
Have you under Russell's post? It's so funny. Big Finish put not even a lost script for us to adapt, and Russell replied like he put like don't worry, just for you or something. Like it's going to be.
They probably will do something with it. They probably will
I love Doctor Who.
Yeah, I want to say that actually, Russell is great. Can I just say that?
He's such a lovely guy. I can't get mad at him. He handed me an arty cake off a stage. He was so nice.
Even if this era hasn't gone the way I wanted, the impact that man has had on television is incalculable. And like his role in bringing it back, he still made the way for 20 years of television. Do you know what I mean? 20 years of Doctor Who.
One other show writer of things who has had a success a mega success of Queer as Folk, Doctor Who, It's a Sin, and now Tiptoe. That is 4 mega whammy successes. Most writers, you're like, oh yeah, they like Jack Thorne is one of the only others that I can think of who's got a lot of success stories. But like you go to Charlie Brooker, well, that's the Black Mirror guy. Oh, and to be fair, he did Kunk, but what else?
Wasn't Charlie Brooker inside Number 9?
Charlie Brooker's done quite a bit.
No, but that's not that like the level of the Russell things that are iconic. I think is crazy.
Russell.
It's the impact and the legacy they've had. Like Queer as Folk was so groundbreaking. Doctor Who was so groundbreaking. Like Black Mirror's a big show, but it's not. It's not Doctor Who. It's not. Do you know what? Like, it's. Oh, I love Russell.
I just want to say I love you, Russell. I felt angry, and I think it's more sadness than anything else. It's what Elise said.
Well, I said from the beginning. You lot were just angry and
to be honest, if you watch my video, I wasn't that angry until I came in here. So actually, I think
you were being annoying, Joe.
That's not necessarily true, Harris. Because in my live stream, someone was like, I had to unsubscribe from Thomas Harris today because he was being miserable. I've come here because this isn't miserable. So
I'm not being funny.
Well, they also knew that they could unsubscribe from YouTubers because you're not going to have anything to work.
I mean, look, I have gained a ton of subscribers today, so I'm just saying.
That's crazy. Who's subscribing to a YouTuber now?
No, during my live stream, at the end, it tells you the stats. I made like 45 new subscribers during the stream. It's great.
People need to think ahead in life, I think. Yeah,
but this is the thing. Doctor Who's alive and it's coming back.
If you think about it as well, when it does come back, we're going to be on the front lines. All these new gens are going to come in with their little channels that have only just started, and we'll be there like the gatekeepers ourselves.
Except we're not going to be gatekeepery like certain people in this fandom. We're
going to welcome them with open arms, and we're going to say, oh, back in my day, we worried about this.
Exactly.
And we'll be really annoying older people that think we know
my generation.
Elise is going to be in the comments of the New Generations podcasts going, you guys remind me of when I was your age on a podcast. I love Doctor Who. Shall we end the podcast
me and my friends used to talk about this?
The final 2 questions.
Okay.
There's only 2 left, might as well.
Freya Coley, A needed break. The reboot had great bits wrapped in bad, so people didn't care. Hopefully there.
Hopefully what?
Hopefully there.
Hopefully this is a chance for growth, I think she was going to say. Freya, confirm or deny in the comments.
To be fair, this is my fault because I only screenshotted the full page. I normally click on them.
Right.
That's only showed you the start of the message. Freya, please confirm for us what you were gonna
Trying to say.
Shout out Freya.
I feel like that's quite a symbolic. That's like the 2026 special. We never really got what we were looking for out of that comment.
Maybe Freya was the boss all along.
I reckon Freya's the boss. Freya, are you the boss? Can you confirm?
Sometimes I think we were all the ending of Freya's sentence in a way.
Freya's sentence is gone. Can you believe that?
Doctor Who is gone. Can you believe? Oh, we need to make a T-shirt. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it this evening. I'm going to look into it. It's got to happen.
But finally, our favourite commenter. The last one, TARDIS Enjoyer in the house.
Oh.
Bit shook and disappointed. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. TARDIS Enjoyer says, a bit shook and disappointed. Gonna have withdrawals and stress eat meal deals.
Understandable.
Shout out to TARDIS Enjoyer.
Understandable.
But tell us what meal deals you guys are gonna eat as you suffer through your withdrawals.
Yeah, what is
What
meal deal will wipe away your tears?
Please, now that Doctor Who's gone, can we just do an episode ranking viewers' meal deals?
Here's a question for the comments. What if you've watched this far, then you'll definitely answer. What is the ideal meal deal to get through a hiatus? What's your pick?
What does that even mean?
No, but like, what's going to make you
a sandwich with lung barrow in the middle? Like,
what's a meal deal that's going to uplift you and make you feel joy to the world over this catastrophic news? On that bombshell, it is time to end. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, that's what I call a giggle. Thank you very much.
Except no one's laughing now because Doctor Who's
You all laugh at me.
An absolute joy
to the world.
I don't want to go.
The last words. Oh no, the last words of the Doctor Who are "Oh, hello there."
Technically, the last words of the Doctor Who universe is "pick it up." Pick it up, which I think
showrunner, whoever you are, tag, you're it.
Well, no. To be fair, I think pick it up at a quite good word. That's literally what the BBC are doing right now to the streamers. Pick it up. Somebody please. It'll be absolutely marvellous, and the guard will come on riding on a horseback, and there'll be Cybermen, and joy to the world, marvellous. See you next week.
One more lifetime won't kill anyone except for me.
God, we need to make loads of money and buy the show.
Let's all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't take less.
No.
It was a cold, warm day in June. Today you go.
Recording stop.
A police box wasn't in a junkyard. Jane Transfer
it was being scrapped for parts.
It's not so. Goodbye.
Belinda had a child, and then it was erased. But then the doctor brought it back.
Then they shoved her in a box that was in really bad taste. Doctor in
distress. The doctor decided to change his face.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you. She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.